What's up? Welcome to today's live stream. I'm William, or I should say tonight's live stream. Today is, what is today? It's June 4th. Making progress. I started working on, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. All right, my bad. I just realized other work stuff. All right, let me just jump into my screen share. Let me close work stuff. We'll hop right into it. So yesterday I was working on the transition over from Next.js to Remix. Just making sure I don't need to save anything from this app right here. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. We'll open up the text editor now. And I think yesterday where we left off was I ran through the transcription service, like basically the steps that are going to become my transcription service when it's all said and done. And here is the transcription that we got last time. This is from like one of my just random, I'm talking about what's going on in society streams, so it's not tech related. But what I would need to do is feed this into my LLM. And I'll probably use Llama, but I also have other LLMs that I can try. Of course, I need to do some fine tuning to make sure that it's writing in the way that I would want. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and close this for now, and we'll open up the project. I already created a new branch and a new PR, so we'll open up that PR on GitHub. Maybe. It just takes a while. Oops. Close that, and this should be open under code and color. Sure. Yo, what's up, Casual Connors? What's up, Kyle? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, whoa, shit. Wait, it's broken? Wait, it was working last time. Maybe it wasn't working last time. I don't know. Import Supabase. Can I find a module? That's interesting. So it must not be running. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it too much because right now the project is not where it's going to be. What do I mean by that? I created a new folder directory for here. So let's go into this mode. So you see here, Watsi Slackbot. Instead of creating a whole new folder outside of this directory, what I've done is I created this folder, which is holding the Remix app. So I'm not going to worry too much about no modules not working. So it's fine. Now, once I get rid of all this shit here, then yeah. Oh, wait, I need to copy my private key into here. And is there a README in here? There is. What I'll end up doing is ultimately replacing the README that Remix has with my current README. And then these things right here they can go away, they can die. Oh, and my action runner. Oh, actually, let's go into this action runner right quick. How y'all doing, by the way, Kyle and Casual? No. I figure you'd be asleep by now, Kyle. Wait, did I open the project already? No, I didn't. So I think where we left off last time is we were trying to test one of these endpoints. By the way, literally after I ended the stream, I realized that I was being dumb. The reason why it didn't work that first time was because I forgot to put the freaking path. So once I put the path, my token, like that part's working. So, you know, it's not all the way broken yet. Not yet. And I also just opened up the wrong app. So this is a little confusing. We're gonna open a new folder and we're gonna go into the Remix app. And I do want to have these, shit, why did it, damn it. I want to have them side by side, to be honest. Let's see if I can reopen it here. Yeah, perfect. So there's still some things that I need to transfer over and verify, but most of this is done. So we'll go ahead and, I kind of want to switch. You know what? We're switching. I'm going to switch from NPM because it's, how do you do NPM? I'll keep running it for now. I'll switch another day. We'll do dev, get it started, and there we go. And then here is the endpoint. So we'll see that it indeed works. If we look at the output here, we see that we're getting an error, right? So it's saying that this integration key, we don't care about that right now. Obviously, it's not going to work yet because I haven't transferred over everything. And authentication, all this stuff is not working. So what I'm going to end up doing is pulling over my authentication stuff and then trying to just see if I can get it to work. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. So we'll move that here, move that there. All right. So we'll open up off. Plan with Postgres config. Oh, I see. I was about to sleep and got the, hey, go to sleep, bro. Like so one of the reasons why I stream to YouTube and why I started streaming to YouTube is because when I was only doing Twitch, my VODs were only available for 7 days and I had to pay monthly. I was actually paying monthly to keep my VODs available for 60 days. And then I was like, you know what? Why am I paying to have this content available for people who don't even watch it or who don't even like engage with it? So I stopped paying it. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just stream to YouTube because it automatically saves it and I can stream up to 4K, even though I'm only streaming 1440 right now. I can actually stream up to 4K. It's, you know, the limitation for me right now is Twitch and Twitter don't support 4K streaming. And I'm multi-streaming to all three at the same time. And I used to multi-stream to LinkedIn as well, but LinkedIn only supports 1080p. So it just got left behind. Now my new minimum is 1440p, and that's mainly due to the resolution of my monitor and the fact that I work with a lot of text on screen. Well, I'm happy. I wish that I can say that they were calming for me. So in fact, it's the opposite. I'm just like, oh, shit doesn't work. All right, let's see what I can get done. We need to find the authentication stuff, so we'll look for that. Authenticate. Yeah, that one. Oh wait, did I already bring that over? Oh, it looks like I did. But it's using Next. I thought I uninstalled Next last time. Did I not do that? Oops. Huh, maybe it's still here. Let's stop the app and we'll remove these node modules. And you know what? I'm also going to remove the package lock and we'll do yarn. Instead, we're going to use yarn. I'm switching. It's I said I would wait, but I lied. I should have used PNPM, to be honest. It's faster for certain things. MDAST was renamed. Yes, I know. They keep telling me that. ESLint, file entry cache, flat cache, RimRaf version probably before no longer supported, glog prior no longer supported. Oh, so it's ESLint. So am I using a late? Let me see if there's another version of ESLint. ESLint. Here we are. Non-4. Okay, that explains it. And what's the latest here? 361. 229, 20, twin, twin, 6'8". Oh, one of my neighbors. I met one of my neighbors. He's 6'8". His name is, I forgot. I followed him though. He's a YouTuber too. Well, I'm not actually a YouTuber, but he's actually like a YouTuber. There are a few YouTubers who live here. All right, let's use the latest version of TypeScript. I heard that they have some new shit. All right, and then I guess the rest of this should be good to go. No, the cookies. I think, let me get these latest types. Oh, it's the same, okay. What about the types for JSON web token? Yep, that's all the same. That's a little bit different, okay. Let's make sure I get the latest versions of OctaKit. Don't ask how I knew that it had an updated version. All right, we'll also grab the latest version of this. I think there should be no, this isn't it. It's MDAST, yeah, that's it. Oh wait, what the fuck? I wonder if I had to rename it Mark or remark to get the latest. I'm not gonna do that yet. All right, I'll get the latest here. And let's make sure that this should be the latest, yeah, all right. Google APIs, no, I'm not gonna update that yet. DoGuide, I think it's updated because I wanna say that whenever there's wait, did that update? Yeah. Whenever there's an updated version of desktop, generally there's going to be an updated version of DoGuide. By the way, DoGuide is the bindings that we created for Node and Git, so that you can use Git and Node. Yeah, that. We'll get the latest up here. Slack Web API. Yeah, we're not going to change that right now. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Get the latest of everything. All right. Now we're going to have to delete. Wait a minute. Here. Authenticate. Yeah. Wait, where is this coming from? How does it? Oh shit. I know what's happening. Fuck. Oh fuck. So what's happening right now is it's getting these types from the node directory above here. Oh gosh. Okay, I have a way to fix it. It's a hacky ass way to fix it, but we're going to do it. I'm going to copy this out here and we'll create a new, wait, where did it go? Okay, we're waiting for it to copy. Close this, is useless to me right now. All right, we'll open Sesame. All right, now I think it should not find whatever the hell. We gotta wait for it to do its loading, I guess. Now it should not find it. Perfect. Okay. All right. Good. Cool. We're good. So we're going to work out on it here, and then I'll just copy it back. Okay. So we are no longer going to get a next request. What instead I'm going to have is a request. And honestly, I should create my own interface for this right now, but I'm not. I'm still going to. I'm not. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. So it's going to be a request. Okay. Yeah, that was an easy. Damn. Oh wow, that was easy. Okay. Okay, sure. I normally don't expect things to be simple. I expect things to just hurt, be painful, and everything. There's some other process M things that I need to find, so let's find that. I'm gonna move those all out into my const directory. What's going on? What the fuck? Okay, here we are. Cool. Okay, so. Oh, I see what I did last. Okay, I see what I did last time. You know what? I'm gonna remove the constant thing. I know, man, I don't know. I'm going to keep it for now, but let's move the other stuff. So this process M secret, this thing right here, we're going to pull this out into constants. So it's going to be equal to whatever that is. And this is the server secret. Server SK. Oh, wait. Why am I not exporting these? That would help. Okay. So we're going to grab server, whatever that is, and we'll just dump that here. Yeah, import from constants. And I'll create an alias for that at some point. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll do the Supabase URL here. Supabase URL. And then Supabase a non-key. Okay, that's cool. App TSS. Okay, this is the client. So the client, I'm going to leave alone. I don't want to have to depend on constants, because constants is only for server side stuff, I think. Actually, no, I may be lying. You know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to keep it the same for now. I'll do that later, because I have to make sure, and because it's all the same language, I'm going to have to make sure that I'm using only server side stuff, and I don't want to mess up anything right now. So we've got the authentication part done. JSON, DB types. Fuck. Okay. Let's see what other problems we have. Okay, this is okay. From next headers. Route. What is this? Callback. Okay, so we're not going to get a next request, I don't think. Yeah, this is just going to be a request. Not sure why I'm using this cookies when I have cookies, or cookie right there. Yeah, we won't be returning any of that. And I think this, yeah, this goes away as well. This is going to be Supabase SSR now. And we're going to do, what are we going to do? Create. Wait, is there not a client? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. There's another thing that I have to get. There's a Supabase remix something, I think. Let's see. Supabase.js. Did it just create client? Create server client. That's not what I want. Oh, wait a minute. This is different. Okay, no, maybe I do want to create a server client. Yeah. I think I do want a server client here. Except, don't I have that already? Can I just import that from my Supabase thing? Let's see. Supabase. Let's go back. Yeah, isn't it this? Oh wait, no. This is for the client. Why is that here then? yeah, why is that here? I don't know if I want this to be here. Where is this being used at? Videos. It's using authenticate as well. All right, so this will be from Supabase SSR. But I thought I already created a server client, right? Did I not already do that? Maybe not. I thought I did that already. I thought I did that somewhere else. Maybe I'm just confused. Let's see. SSR. So use session. This is create browser client. Wait, does that exist? Oh, I guess it does. And this upset because I need to make this the process thing. So this is process.env.supabase. Oh no, next public, I think. Next public Supabase. Is it gonna fin? No, it doesn't. Okay. Supabase. Shit, what is it? Oh, URL? I don't know what it is. Just gotta look for it. Supabase. Or we'll say next public. No? Oh, the public. Okay, there we are. So it's Supabase URL. So we'll just take that and dump it here. And we'll take this and dump it here. Okay. Create route handler client. Interesting. So there's a server client. I guess it's just gonna be a server client. I guess. Oh. And then I think I need to give it the process. Yeah, basically the same thing that I just did. So it's going to be that. By the way, this is why I normally do a constants because I forget names of things. But for now, I had to do that later. Then we'll do process env. That, I think. Oops. Server client. It takes the, what does it take? It is any schema extends key of database public. Yeah, extends. Okay, it takes the Supabase URL, the key, and then options. With cookies. This should work. Why is this not working? Type argument of string. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Shit. We're gonna do this. Where? Actually, let's go to my constants. Oh wait, I don't have. Ah, shit. This is why. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We're gonna use the constant here. I know for a fact that this is happening on the client. Oh, I'm sorry, on the server, so it's fine. Make this a string. All of these will be strings. That way, TypeScript will leave me the hell alone. And so that I make sure that I'm getting the right one, we're gonna call this a Supabase Okay, sure. Client. Superbase client is what I would expect that to be. And then we'll also have the no, we're not gonna do that here. I'm not gonna do it here. Superbase URL, Superbase non-key. Okay. Now it should leave me alone because the types are what it expects. Okay, sure. I didn't want to do this now, but whatever. All right, cookies. So I think I need to get the cookies from the request. So we'll say cookies is going to be equal to request.headers.get, and then it should be cookies. Ease or ease. I don't know which one is going to be. And this should be of type cookie, but I think that I have a plugin for this or like a something for that. Let's see. Cookies. Not that one. Oh no, I'm exporting, importing it from Next headers. Cookies. Oh, okay, here, it's this one. Okay. So we're gonna import that. Oh, I did. Okay, that was fun. All right. And then we're gonna grab our cookies, and then we're gonna say cookie dot parse like that. I think something like that. And let's see what we're doing here. Why is it not working? Is it because I have to do this crap right here? Yeah. It is. Oh, it's cookie. Okay, we're gonna do cookie with not a plural. Now I think that this is upset because this could be null. So what I'll do is give it an empty string. So either it's going to parse something or not. All right, and then we're going to pass cookies in that way. And am I done? Okay, this next request, we can't do this. Why am I doing a redirect? URL to redirect to after the sign. Oh, I have to. Okay, let's see. How do I do redirect and remix? Remix. Redirect from an action. Oh, it's literally return redirect. Okay, sure. And we'll import that from Node, I think. Yeah, Node. Okay, cool. I think we're done with that now. And we got to do some of the same stuff. Honestly, I don't know if all this is going to work because I haven't been testing it. I should be doing that. I'll be right back. Just have to go get some water. Okay, so we won't be grabbing this. We'll be doing that right there. And there is no next response. Get rid of that. Cookie store. I don't know if I have to. I forgot the type of what this cookie store is. Let's see what that is. So read-only request cookies. All right, so it is a using a utility type omit. So whatever the request cookies are, and it's omitting. Oh, okay. So it's just cookies without the set, clear, and delete functions. And there's a pick and look at the set delete. Oh, it's a union or not a union. Yeah. Wait, is it a union? Not the. It's an intersect. I'm sorry, intersection. Okay, so what's request cookies? Cookie class manipulating. Okay, and what does this type expect? This wants a read-only request cookies. Okay. So let's see if I can let's see if what happens when I get cookies here. So we'll say cookie store. We'll just do this. Oops. Okay. Wait a minute. Something doesn't make sense. Options, cookie options. But no, that's not it. So cookies is going to be a function whose return type is of cookies. Sure. I don't know. Just gonna leave it alone. This is not going to be a redirect. We're just going to return a redirect. We need to import that from Node. Same thing here. Create handler, that doesn't exist anymore. Auth helper Next.js. I feel like I should be doing the same thing as here. Yeah, possibly, yeah. So we're gonna just copy this. And we're gonna copy this right here. All right, and then we're gonna put our cookies here. And then for the Supabase client, we're going to use the other thing I just copied. Supabase. And I think I forgot to do, yeah, there we are. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to work, right? Like, I've just satisfied TypeScript types, but if you know anything about TypeScript, it's kind of lying. It's not really, it's not the truth. Supabase client component, server component client. Use Supabase SSR. Let's delete that. Helpers next. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm supposed to deal with this. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do know how I'm supposed to deal with this. Where am I using this at? I'm using it in 2 places. All right. I don't know if this is supposed to be SSR or not, because I want to say that this right here renders, oops, shit. I think this is supposed to render on the client, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably gonna have to do this because my cookie store is literally just an empty object. It looks like I do need to define these functions. So it can be just a regular object, but I think I'm gonna have to define these myself. I'll do that later. I am assuming that because this is remix, that, I don't know. Oh, component, never mind. Look at that. Create browser client. Okay, maybe that's what I want here. Yeah, that looks good enough to me. Create browser component, and then we're going to grab that out of SSR. We'll delete that. And I got to pass in the Superbase URL. Superbase. And the anon key. Oh, I see how they're handling. So, oh, okay. So I can use my constants the way that I normally use. Okay. By the way, the reason why I was worried about, I forgot, this is why I'm switching to Next, or not Next, off of Next, is because it's hard as fuck thinking about like where is shit rendering, because whatever reasons. But with Remix, it's fairly straightforward. So I can pass the environment variables as props very easily. So maybe I should do it that way. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, this is a use Superbase. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to run it and see what happens. Next navigation, yeah, we don't have that anymore. And I forgot what the name of the router is in Remix. What? Wait, do I need to worry about that at all? I don't think I need to worry about that at all. Can I just redirect? Let's see. Can I just redirect? Can I do that? I thought I can only, I don't know if I can redirect from, yeah, I know you could do it from an action, but this isn't an action. Well, it wants me to submit a form here. Yeah, okay, fuck. Man, I'm gonna have to change how I'm... Damn it, man. Ah, shit. All right, so I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna just... It's gonna be broken for now. It's fine, I don't care. Let's run it and see what happens. Is it dev? Okay, it is dev, okay. Oh yeah, this one actually worked. I didn't bring over any pages. Let's bring over a page. Yeah, let's bring over one of these pages. So we're gonna bring over what, dashboard maybe, or let's bring in sign in. Yeah, that should be fairly straightforward. Yeah, let's bring those over. So we'll do that right quick. Oh wait, shit, I forgot I moved it to my desktop. That would have been a mistake. So this is gonna be desktop. Then YTSB remix. Wait, why not? Sure, we'll put it here. It's just gonna go into app, so we'll put app. Take this. Okay, so we'll do we'll copy app. Wait, is it not app? There's a source app, and then what's this called? Sign in. Right? Sign in. Okay, yeah, we'll do take sign in. We'll do -r just in case. We'll copy it here. We'll do the same thing, but for sign up. Yeah, sure, sign up. Do the same thing for onboard. Yeah, I definitely need onboard. All right, we'll take profile too. Shit, I guess I'll just take everything. How about that? Sure, may as well just do it all at once. Okay, just make sure we're all here. Yep. Oh shit, I put these in the wrong place. And wait, why are my tests in here? What the fuck? Wait, oh yeah, I'm tripping. Test route. How about that? We'll call it test route. Okay, all right, now now I'm okay. So we're gonna throw dashboard here, onboard here, profile here, sign in, and sign up. And then I think that these have to have a different name. Yeah, it can't be page, it needs to be index. I don't know if it needs to be underscore index or what. No, it's just regular index. Okay. Yeah, so this, oh shit, I'm gonna have to change all of those. Index. Yeah. Index. I hate the fact that all of these are named the same thing because I search based off of file name. So now I'm gonna have a bunch of files called index. I mean, it's not worse than page. Oops. Okay. So we don't have any next navigation shit, so we're gonna get rid of that. I have no idea how I'm gonna handle this now because I have to change this to an action. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this to an action. And then what was I using a router for? To do that? Okay. Okay. So I guess I would just return to here. I'm not gonna worry about this for now. I think it should still work even though, so long as I don't go to this page. So let's go to a route that should work, which would be sign in, which should, yeah, okay, never mind. This won't be this link. It'll be from Remix. Or is it at Remix? React. Okay. JSX element does not have any constructor or call signatures. What are you talking about? Link component, link to. Okay. And then, yeah. And this is a object. Okay. So now I should be able to go to this page. Hopefully, we'll see. Let's open up Firefox and check. Where's Firefox? Okay. So this is localhost. What the hell? 5. That. Okay. Super base modules helper. Ah, shit. Routes. Profile index. I was trying to go there. Why? Okay. Let's go to. Oh, fuck. What the hell? Wait, what's going on with this? Why isn't it letting me? Why isn't it letting me edit my URL? The fuck? It should let me edit my URL. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do that. I'll just type it manually. How about that? We'll copy it. And then we'll put in sign in. That doesn't work either. Okay, shit. It's still trying to compile profile. I don't know why, but sure, we'll go fix it. We're no longer doing this. This is dumb. In fact, we're just gonna comment all this shit out. I don't care about it right now. Common components profile. What's up with this? It's clear but never used. I don't care. Next link, sign up. Okay, we're just gonna have to delete all of the next shit. This is the part that was gonna be hard. I kind of knew it was gonna be hard, or tedious rather. So we're delete all of these. I don't think I need to have this use client bullshit anymore. Yeah, so all of these are going to have to be reworked because remix is fundamentally different. Yeah. So this right here is not going to work this way. I'm going to have to do this in a action. So this is going to need to submit to the action, and then it will actually do the route. For now, we'll just do that. And then link is going to be 2. And then we'll change this to the right link, or maybe not. Okay. Cool. So that's done. Let's use router. Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. Search params. This is a different thing. I forget what it's called. Actually, it's not called anything. So, man, all right. I'm not going to do this now. I don't have the time. But essentially, I'm going to have to create a function like this. I'll have to export a function called action. And then this action, I can get out search params. I can get out all these other things. And then I can use it that way. So, yeah, shit. I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight because all of these pages have to be rewritten in the remix way. My API shit should be fine. So let's, well, relatively fine. Let's see how the API is looking. We'll ignore the front end app for now. Oh, I didn't bring my API over. Yeah, let's do that. The API won't work as is anyways, just FYI. So let's go into, oh, I see I have a question. Way out top, did you name your test? Yeah, it's called the transporter, and the bike has a name. Yes, Mingja. Mingja. Or MJ. All right. Yeah, let's do the copy. Just make sure we are. They're going to be source, I think. Okay, definitely going to be an app. Well, let's just look at it. So we're going to be app. API. Yeah. So we're going to copy app API. All right. And we're going to put that into desktop remix, or wait, what did I call this thing? I forgot what I called it. YTSB remix app routes. And then that. Okay. So now we get the API. Now, none of these are going to work as is because I have this dependency here, but this could just be a request. All right. Also, this won't work technically. Also, let's just return JSON. We'll import that from React node. Same here. Same. You know what? Let's just select all of these and delete them all at once. Yeah, so this technically won't work as is because this has to be called action, like so. And then it's not technically a request. I forget the type of action. Let's check. Action. Wait, that's not, let's just look at it here. Routes. Action. Oh, it is a request. Okay. All right. Well, fine. We will type it though, so that we actually get the correct types. Notice that this is an object that we're going to pull out the request. All right. So we're going to do that like such, and we'll import that type. Update import. Yeah. And we should put type here just so that it's clear. This is a type. This is upset because this doesn't accept that type of request yet, or does it? It should. Requests. Actually, I don't know why the fuck that's not working. That's it's beyond me right now. Cannot find name requested. You mean request? Pretty sure I meant what the fuck I just typed. Did I do something wrong? Maybe Maybe, oh yeah, this doesn't need to be typed. Yeah, because it's coming from here. I'm tripping. All right, I'm tripping. Okay. So this API, this should be done. Now, I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. See what happens. We're gonna go to my endpoint thingamajig here. Go to the active stream route, and then I have to create a new thingamajig here. So we have development, and then I'm going to create another one here. We're going to have it's going to be remix. All of these are going to be the same for the most part, except for this. It's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be this right here. And I think it's API. That should work. All right. I don't need, actually, yeah, this is done. We're done with that. Okay. All right. And then these other two things, I'm going to just copy them over. Okay, cool. So now we have that. And then we are on remix, and we can confirm that we're going to the right server. Let's just see what happens. Wait a minute. ACP localhost 57 API active stream 404 not found. Really? API active stream. I wonder if it's called because I called it route. Let's call it index and see what happens. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my whatever these things are to work. I expected this to work, but it's not working. Same 404 not found. This is, I don't understand this one. Do I have to put index in there? No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. We're getting somewhere. No route match location API active stream index. Okay. We're getting that same thing. Yeah, not found. No route matches. URL API active stream. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this one. All right, but that's fine. That's fine. What I'm gonna do is, well, not yet. Let's fix some of these other things first. Let's get some of these out of the way. Some of these are really easy to fix. Although I shouldn't, you know what? These aren't technically, actually, no, these are, never mind. I was gonna say these aren't technically fixing it, but it kind of is in a way, but not really. All right, and then we'll import that. We are going to be in action now. And then request from action form, I forgot what it's called, action function args or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this won't work either. So this right here, I'm gonna have to export a loader. Is it function? Yeah, function loader, and then it'll be an actual function. And I think that this takes loader function args or something like that. Loader function args. And then, yeah, it's params like that. So we'll have that there. Session. Okay. Shit. Use session. Oh, okay. Okay. It's my, okay. This is my own custom session. We're good. So we're good on there. Now, this is where things get interesting. Do I create the session here? I guess I do. And then search params. What am I doing with these search params? So we're going to return those, I guess. So we'll return. What is that? We're going to return a code. So we'll do code, which is going to be params. What the hell? Params and then code, I think. Or is it get? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Is coming in as a string? Or is params string? What is this? Key in. Okay, so it's a object type thing. So I should be able to do params and then code like that. And then installation ID. Params, and then that would be whatever this is. And the next one is setup action. And then I think that this would be it would be like the type of something. I forget what they do. Let's find it. Yeah, here, type of loader. So we'll just kind of take that. All right, so we'll say use a data loader. All right, and then we'll grab it this way. So we'll say, what am I doing with these? I'll just put it here. So we'll do data.code. This right here would be data.installation ID. And then this would be data setup action or something like that. Now, these types are not what I want. These have to be here essentially. So what I would technically want to do is throw an error or something like that if they don't exist, or something else. But for now, I'm just gonna, just gonna leave it as is. And then this router replace. See, this is what, this is not going to be able to happen here. This is the part where it's a little more challenging because you can't do it this way. This is going to be an action, I think. Function install. Oh wait, no, oh wait, I can do this in my loader, actually. Yeah, I can do this in my loader. So what I'll do is pull that out. So it doesn't need to be an effect anymore. So instead of returning this, seeing as I'm just using it in the loader part, what I'm going to do is this. We'll take this, copy that. We'll make those equals const. And then that. Okay. Session. So I should be able to just get a session at this point. So I don't need to do this with a browser client. I should be able to do it with the SSR thing. But this is a lot to do right now, so I'm not gonna do it now. So I'm gonna undo whatever it is I just did. We're gonna do one thing at a time. So we'll put that there like so. Eventually, this needs to get out, so we won't be using the use effect anymore. So this will be easier to understand once I do it. But now I'm realizing that this migration is going to take longer than I thought. I was like, I could probably get it done this week. It won't get done this week. But yeah, let me go ahead and save these things off and put it in my directory. Put it back in my directory. All right, so we'll just close this app. Oh, look at that. It's okay. It's working. Look at that. Shit. I mean, it's not working all the way. Obviously, I had to get my CSS preprocessor and all that stuff working again. But the fact that I'm able to get here, let's see if I can. Oh, I can't log in. I just closed the app. Let me move it over and then let me see if I can log in. So we'll go ahead and replace. All right, and let's try this again. So we'll do it here. Dev. Okay. All right. So all right. Let's see if I can log in. Okay. All right. No, I can't log in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to get this fixed. But I guess it's content, right? You know, we're gonna just do yeah, we're not about to do what did I do? Again, migrating, or I'm gonna fix issues from migration. Things are still working. All right, but it's fine. Okay, so with that, that's all I'm doing on this program in front. So I'm happy to stick around for, you know, a few more minutes, 5 or 10 more minutes, if y'all have questions. Obviously, if y'all don't, I'm gonna dip the fuck out. So I'll sit here for 30 or 40 seconds. Hopefully y'all are caught up. Load balancers in Terraform. I don't understand. Terraform, I thought Terraform was a way to create infrastructure without actually having to do it via configuration. That's not a load balancer. At least not in my... hold on. I may not know what Terraform is. I may just be working off of an assumption. Let me check. Yeah, it's what I thought. Infrastructure as code. What do you mean? A load balancer in Terraform? There's no such thing as a load balancer in Terraform. Because Terraform is just configuration. I actually know Kyle he's the one. I think he's asleep though. He's East Coast. He would know. The only load balancer stuff that I know is actual implementation, like building my own. I don't know if does Nginx have a load balancer? I mean, is that technically a load balancer? What I would do is I would do it myself, right? Like you do a round robin approach or something like that, or you can base it off of how many requests, whatever is handling. There are all kinds of ways, or you could do it geographically. I don't know if Nginx is actually a load balancer though. I think I've just used it in that way because I can have multiple HTTP servers and just route requests to different ones. So I guess that maybe, I don't know, maybe my router is a load balancer, maybe. Oh wait, no, never mind. Look, oh, you're not looking here. So I just Googled. So yeah, Nginx, it does have a load balancer. Or I don't know if it's a load balancer, but you can balance your loads. How about that? Wait, did I click on the right thing? Yeah, load balancing and fault tolerance. And then you can give it these directives here. So this is what I've done in the past, where I would configure the server to do certain things, but then I can also do that in my app code. So if I have a proxy server or something like that, I could actually have that, say, all right, well, send these requests to these different places. Oh, GCP using Terraform setup config. Oh, I see. Yeah, GCP. We use GCP at where I am at OneSignal. Well, when I say we, I mean they. I don't use GCP. I avoid Google like the plague. Like I try to avoid anything that's by them. All their technologies, I don't like it. I'm not one of those people that have drank the Google Kool-Aid and believes that their stuff is good. I'm in fact the opposite. Like even Google search is trash. It didn't used to be trash. I remember back in the early 2000s, it was good. And it was even better in the 2010s, but I don't know what happened in the past 5 years or so, but the search quality is noticeably deteriorated to the point where like I don't really use it much. Fortunately, I learned how to find information before the internet, so I'm okay. But the things that I'm not okay with is the fact that I do use Gmail, and that's Google. So I don't really know. I don't have a good solution for that right now. Cause I do use Google Calendar. I do use Google Gmail and Google Docs. Cause I have Workspace. I have a Google Workspace. So I get all of that crap. I used to use Hangouts. I don't use Hangouts anymore. I remember I told myself, if I can avoid having to do this ever again, I will. Oh my gosh. Like it's fine that I know how to do it, but like I don't want to do it. Like I hate doing this shit right here. I'm like, if someone else wants to do it, I'm like, hey, you have fun, go do that. There is one thing that I did want to do though, and that is I would like to eventually one day create I think it's an RTMP server. RTMP. Let me check. No, not RTMP. Shit. What is the server called? Maybe it is an RTMP server. RTMP server. Oh yeah. This is I would like to eventually create an RTMP server locally, so I can stream my videos to my TV. It seems dumb, but there's a reason. If I can stream my videos to my TV, that means that I can stream my video to anywhere. And if I can do that, that means that I can stream it to another machine and have my live transcription happening. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So like if I build a server, maybe that would be the way, because I want to say it handles like compression and some other things. I know VLC does it too. Or you can use FFmpeg, I think, to do some stuff. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done AV stuff. Yeah, they have FFmpeg. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, you can use FFmpeg to stream stuff as well. And here's what it will look like. So I will eventually get all this stuff working so that I can basically send this stream to a server live and then have it do all of the processing live. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a server on the internet. Maybe it's just going to be a computer that I'm calling a server, but eventually it's going to happen. It's home network engineering. It's never dumb. It's always fun messing around and finding out. Yeah, I used to be all into that, man. I used to have like a little mini lab. I had multiple computers. So I bought those Dell workstations, the octa-core ones back in the day. I had a few of those. I had Raspberry Pis. And yeah, I would create these networks and do pen testing. By the way, I used to be more into security than anything. In fact, I started the security team at school when I was in college. So yeah, I was into that. But these days, I don't know. I'm not into anything. I don't know. It's weird. I used to be passionate about this kind of stuff. Now I'm just like, I just do it to get it done because no one else can do it, or I'm not willing to pay someone else who can do it the money that they need to do it. So I just do it myself. And I hate every minute of it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just like, oh my God, like while I'm doing this, I'm like, man, this is just like so low end work. Someone else should be doing this. Cause I have other things that I do that I prefer. Like I love doing photography. I say I like doing video, but I don't know if that's really true. I mostly just like talking shit. That's what I want to do. I just want to talk shit about code. I don't want to actually code. So one day, if I can get to a point where like I just review other people's code or just look at their code, I'll be happy. I don't want to do my own code anymore. I've been programming for a long time though. Started at how old was I? So I remember I started programming before the towers got attacked. So in 2000, because I had been programming for about a year when those towers came down, and I think I was in 8th grade at that time in my history class. I remember I was in my U.S. history class actually. I love history, by the way. History has always been like one of my favorite non-math and science subjects. And writing, writing, reading. I love writing and reading. But yeah, I remember that I've been doing it since 2000. What year is this? 24 years ago. Okay, let's see how old I am. I'm 35, 24. That should be 11. Yeah, so I started programming at 11. I don't know why I thought it was 13. I just assumed that. Shit. Fuck. I've been programming for more than half my life. I realized that. Damn, I'm old. Damn, I was 11 in 2000? Fuck. Okay. Well, yeah. Anybody else here? Are y'all just looking? Y'all like looking at my house? My house is pretty dope, by the way, isn't it? I would like looking at it too. In fact, I like looking at it. I look at it every day. It's fucking dope. One day I'll show y'all some of the other stuff. We got some McLarens down there. We got a couple more McLarens. My buddy just bought a new McLaren, the 765 LT Spider in orange. So I told him, I was like, we need to get all of us together because my other buddy has his 765 LT, not convertible. I was just like, we got this like, I don't know, off-white one down there in the garage now. We have this turquoise blue type of color down there. And we got a few Lambies. I call them Lambies. So I was like, yo, we need to do a shoot, we need to get all of the Volkswagen group cars together, and we were going to do a separate one with the McLarens. So it'll be Ducati and McLaren, I guess, even though Ducati and the McLaren don't really go together. Ducati, Lamborghini, Porsche, Bentley, all those go together because they're all part of the VW family. Yo, what's up, 20 hours? What was your last programming language? Oh, wait, no, never mind. What was your first programming language? Whatever the language that came on TI-83. Here, I'll share my screen. TI-83 plus programming. I don't remember the language. Basic. This language. And I learned it by reading the manual. Like I think I grew up before. Let me see, when did Google come out? Because I remember like I remember later on in life learning about Google after I got the internet. I didn't have the internet most of my life. Like, let's see when they came out. Google search. Okay. Launched in 1995. Okay, so it was around 1997 final launch. Okay, so maybe 97 is when it really came out, but I wasn't using it. I didn't have internet until, honestly, I don't think I got the internet until I became a sophomore, junior in high school. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I think it was like a either sophomore or junior in high school when I got the internet. And when I did get the internet, I discovered YouTube shortly after. And my YouTube account was created shortly after I got the internet. It was created a long time ago, actually. Let me see when it was created. I used to post for real. I have actual views. I just don't. I removed all those videos. Does this say when I started on here? Playlist. Does anybody know how to use YouTube? Because it's not me. I don't know how to use this shit. It's changed so much. Let's go to my studio. Let's do that studio. Maybe it'll say when I've been a member since. I don't know. It doesn't say. But I can see my first video was in 2007. So April 2007. So I must have got internet in like 2006 or so like that. So yeah, it's been a long time. When did Google come out? This is 1997, I think. You can't imagine life without Google. Oh man, life was great without Google. Google, like honestly, all of this new shit that we have now, it hasn't improved my life at all. In fact, I would say that it's only made my life worse. Dead ass. Like these phones and shit, like I preferred life 20 years ago. Hell, even 10 years ago. I don't like the pervasiveness of all of this tech. Like everything is a service, everything is on the internet. Like there is no real community anymore. Everybody's off in their phone. I hate it. Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been a YouTube Premium subscriber since they used to package it with YouTube Music. So that's actually why I have it. Because it was like you would sign up for Premium and you get YouTube Music or Google Music or whatever it was. You get that for free. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I can't. Kind of like how Jimmy's like he can't imagine life without Google. I can't imagine YouTube without YouTube Premium. Because man, I've had YouTube Premium since you've been able to pay for it, and I haven't seen commercials or ads. I don't see any of that, so I can't imagine it. I can tell you that if they ever started putting ads where I had to see it, that would be the day that I stopped using YouTube. In fact, I stopped using Amazon Prime for that reason, because they put ads in my shit. I'm just like, you know what? Uninstall. And my next move is to cancel Prime. It's been on auto pay for hell since I've been in college. So like 2007. Yeah, I went to college in 07. So I've had Prime since like 07, 08. And hell, they're about to lose this money because they've been jacking up the price. I still have to pay for shipping. Like, you know, it's not 2 day like it used to be. A lot of times it's like 3 or 4 day shipping, and you have to pay extra for 2 or 1 day shipping. And that's if you even can pay for 1 day shipping. It used to only be like $2.99 to get 1 day shipping. But yeah, I've noticed that the qualities of the products on Amazon have gone downhill. Their customer service has always been trash. And, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm at a point now where I have almost everything I need. Not almost, I have everything I need. I'm very fortunate. I got to a point where all my needs were covered. And then I went into just wants. And then I realized that just getting shit that you want gets old after a while. And I'm like, I'm over it now. I'm good. By the way, 20 hours later, I was talking the other day about the fact that we should do a live type of thing, or pairing or something, to go over the attention paper. Did you ever read that? There's a blog post called Shitification. I think I shared it in the channel, but maybe, I don't know. Wait. Who's the person who did it? Let me see. Shitification. Pattern. Okay, let me find. The person who did it is maybe this guy. Corey, yeah, Corey, whoever he is, in this blog post here. So let's see, social quitting. And then I think it's this and shit. Yeah, this is it. So here's the blog post. I can read it right quick if you want. Oh, you know who he is? Okay. Yeah. Let's do it sometime. I don't know what your schedule's like. I know you've been busy doing stuff, but no, I'll be down to do that because I figure it could be more interesting than what I'm doing now. Have the rest of y'all heard it? I mean, I'm happy to read this if y'all want. You know. No, I don't mind reading shit. How long is it first? Let me see. I might be saying that. It's 7 minutes. Yeah, sure. Should I read this now or should I do like a whole stream where I just go over shit and talk shit about how all of these SaaS companies are now trash? How it seems like every small problem, there's now a startup around it. So now you're having to pay all these services, all these like fees to do the most basic shit. Y'all remember when what's that thing? Shit, what, Auth0? What happened to Auth0? Are they still around? Oh, okay, yeah, they are. Okay, sure. Are they making money? I don't know. All right, well, sure. I'm not gonna go. I'll read it for now, but in the future, what I'll do is maybe I'll have like a dedicated stream where I go over some of the stuff and opinions. Like there's a very good article or blog post or whatever that I have in my paper. I think it's paper or Pocket. Yeah, Pocket. So there's like this thing that I had. It's called How to Ask Good Questions. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's open this up right quick. Yes, I have a Microsoft or a Mozilla account. I'm one of those. I used to pay Mozilla for their why in the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Why are they shoving this shit down my throat? I don't care about them. It's Men's Mental Health Month and they're shoving this bullshit down. Like people, they need to be in insane asylums, to be honest. Like, why are they forcing this shit on me? If anything, it doesn't make me like them. I'm gonna be honest. Like it made me go from like not giving a fuck to it's like, man, like I'm getting to a point where like, I don't know. You're gonna have that opposite effect with me. I'm not like most people. You push it in my face, I start to hate it. Just because that's the way I am. You want me to like it, man, that's a good way to make me hate it. All right, is there no search? Questions. How to ask, yeah, here we are. How to ask smart questions will be the original. Yeah, this right here. This is something that whenever I would start a new class. So by the way, I used to teach. All right. So when I say new class, I'm referring to, what am I referring to? Let me wait a minute. Give me a second. Why is this not working? What the fuck? Hold on. Give me a second. Why is it not working? Off. What the fuck? Okay, now it's working. Okay. Yeah, so this is something that when I would start my classes at the beginning of the semester. Yeah, sure. The beginning of the semester. What I would do is I would tell all the students they need to read this. They would never read it. I can tell. And because they'll ask these questions and I am one of those people that I believe that there are stupid questions. I'm not one of those folks that are like, oh, there are no stupid questions. Nah, bullshit. I don't really sugarcoat shit. I'm like, there are such things as stupid questions. So I would tell people, hey, before you ask me anything, read this shit so that you can understand how to not waste my time. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. We'll get into that another day. I'll go ahead and read through this for now. So let me open this in reader mode. Wait, what? Why is this not working? You know what? we'll open in Safari because Safari has a reader mode and it's easy to access. Look at that. So easy to access. It's just a freaking button. Okay. Social quitting. Okay. That's what we're going to be reading. Forthcoming in July, but I don't care about it. As I type these words, there's a mass exodus underway from Twitter and Facebook. I haven't used Facebook since 2009 after they opened it up to non-college students. At that point, I was like, it's not worth it to me. Anyway, after a decade of eye-popping growth, these social media sites are contracting at an alarming rate. Yeah, they're pieces of shit. In some ways, this shouldn't surprise us. All the social networks that preceded it, and I'll make it a little bit larger. Where am I at? Wait, where did I just go? I lost my place. It changed. I'll start over. In some ways, this shouldn't surprise us. All the social networks that preceded the current generation experienced this pattern. 6 Degrees, Friendster, MySpace, Bebo. I kind of use MySpace a little bit, not really. All exploded onto the scene one day. They were sparsely populated friend services. The next day, everyone you knew was using them, and they had to sign up to stay in touch with them. Then just as quickly, they imploded, turning into ghost towns and punchlines and forgotten ruins. I remember when people thought that Facebook would go the same route. Remember when people were like, oh, Facebook's going to die? And they're still here. I think they are going to die eventually if they don't, go into other spaces. But I think they've done a really good job of going into other spaces to remain relevant, right? Like the fact that they are now doing AI and they're open about it. Like open, I say open about it, I mean like open source. I think that's huge. Their advertising, yeah. I'm pretty sure, folks can use Facebook as research. They can get information. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, 20. I don't know. I'm just making that one up. Anyways, this didn't happen to Facebook and Twitter. Both attained a scale and durability that exceeded the networks that preceded them. For many people, it seemed like the operators of these services had cracked the nut of making internal social media. Maybe it was their access to capital markets, which let them hire better engineering teams. Maybe it was the singular genius of their founders and leaders. Maybe it was luck. Today it's getting harder to believe that these networks will last forever. In the blink of an eye, they've gone from unsaleable, eternal mountains to shifting sands that might blow away at any time. Users are scrambling to download their data and tell their friends where they can be found when the service disappears. Honestly, I'm not doing it. I don't give a shit. I'm just like, hey, when the service disappears, if you don't have my number, well, I'm very old school. It's like, if we real friends, like you have my number or you know where I live. Like, if it's that simple, or maybe you have my email address, you can email me. Let's see. How did these systems go from permanent to ephemeral? How did it happen so quickly? Here's my theory. When economists and sociologists theorize about social media, they emphasize network effects. A system has network effects if it gets more valuable as more people use it. You join Facebook because you value the company of people who are already using it. And once you join, other people join to hang out with you. Networks effects are powerful drivers of rapid growth. They're a positive feedback loop and a flywheel that gets faster and faster. The thing with things, flywheel. So I love that they use this analogy, but the thing about a flywheel is that if you exceed a certain angular velocity, it flies apart. It literally will disintegrate. So it's interesting that he used this analogy of a flywheel. Oculus, WhatsApp, IG, Portal was a fail though. What's Portal? I don't know what Portal is. I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. I'm not just saying that. Like, what's Portal? Yeah, WhatsApp. Honestly, they got lucky with WhatsApp and IG because they bought it, right? Like they were able to kind of, yeah, they bought those. What else did they do? I know they bought Oculus too. All right. Anyway, let's get to his theory. Maybe wait. I already did that. Okay. But network effects cut both ways. If a system gets more valuable as it attracts more users, it also gets less valuable as it sheds users. The less valuable a system is to you, the easier it is to leave. When you leave a system, you have to endure switching costs. Everything you give up when you change products, services, or habits. Quitting smoking means enduring not just the high switching costs of nicotine withdrawal, but also the contending with the painful switching costs of giving up social camaraderie of the smoking area, the friends you've made, and the friends you might make there in the future. All right. For social media, the biggest switching cost isn't learning the ins and outs of a new app or generating a new password. It's the communities, family members, friends, and customers you lose. Is that customers? Yeah, it is customers. Okay. And customers you lose when you switch away. Leaving aside complexity of adding friends, backend, a new service. There's even the harder business of getting all those people to leave at the same time as you and go to the same place. Each commercial, where I'm over here now. Okay. Each commercial social media service has two imperatives. First, to make it as easy as possible to switch to their service, and second, to make it as hard as possible to leave. When Facebook opened to general public, and not just university students, it needed to plan to deal with MySpace. So remember, I kind of stopped using Facebook when they said, oh, it's no longer for college students. So I was just like, oh, well, why would I use it? He's like, yeah, exactly. You don't know. Well, I assume at least, cause I keep track of some of the misses. Cause I like to talk shit, you know. You remember Project Loon from Google? Hold on, wait. I gotta do this. Oh shit, what did I do? Fuck. Let's do Project Loon. I think it's Loon, Google, or is it Loom? It's Loon, right? Yeah. Y'all remember this? The blimps, the balloons. Oh man. Anyway, let me go back to the article. Let me see if I can find my place. I've lost it. Wait. Okay, all right. Maybe up here, maybe? Shit, I don't know where I'm at. All right, at this time, all right, each commercial social media service has two imperatives. First, to make it, all right, we already read that. At the time, MySpace was the largest social network in the world that the world had ever seen. It was overly complex, filled with, I don't know if it was complex. I don't know, like, but sure. Filled with spam and often joyless. Who the fuck gets joy on the internet though? Like, if you want joy, go the fuck outside. But for MySpace users, it had a major advantage over Facebook. All their friends were already on MySpace. My friends were in my phone. I've always been that way. It's just like, my friends are in my phone. Oh, you never heard of Project Loom? Man, Google has so many misses, bro. You remember, did you ever hear Google Wave? You remember Google Wave? I was on it, bro. Like, I remember when that shit came out. I think it was 2006 when it came out. I think when Wave, and I was so excited because I had got a beta invite, man, and like it was cool. It had some really cool. It was the first time that you had typing indicators. So when somebody was typing a message, you can see that they were typing a message. That was the first time that I can recall, other than AIM, that had that. And it was kind of cool, but then they killed it a couple days later. I remember Google Plus, that whole bullshit thing, and they had their whole social network. You remember that? Google Plus, Google Glass, yeah, we called them glass holes. Oh no, bro, there was something before, or I think there was something after Orkut. It was Google Plus. Google Plus was an actual social network. All right, let me get to here. All right, so wait. Okay, each commercial social media service has, we've already read that. We've read this. It didn't matter that Facebook had a better user interface and more features. It didn't matter that Facebook promised not to spy on its users on behalf of advertisers. Bullshit, they did. Yes, this was Facebook's pitch in 2006 when it dropped the requirement that you sign up with the edu address. Facebook addressed this problem by giving MySpace users who switched to Facebook a bridge between the two services. Simply giving this tool to your MySpace login and password, and it would let a bot log into your MySpace account, scrape all the waiting messages in your queue and inbox, and push them into your Facebook feed. You could reply to these, and the bot would go log back into MySpace and post those replies for you. I remember that shit too. I remember that. This is back in the day when like every service, you would give them your username and password. I never did this because I didn't trust it, but they stopped doing this after a while. After, I guess, they realized that, actually, you know what? I don't think they realized. You know what I think happened? I think that once Facebook got to a dominant position, all of a sudden they started to care about security. And the reason why they care about security, because if they were to allow other people to do the same thing that they did to MySpace, they would lose out. So I really think it was just to keep their position. I don't know if it was really for my sake. You know, a lot of these companies, they like to gaslight us and say, oh, we're doing this for your safety, your security. Meanwhile, it's like, you don't give a fuck about my safety. Like, real talk. It's like, if you really cared about my safety, perhaps you would help me with my shelter, because that's the best way to remain safe, is shelter, having shelter over your head. But no, they're not about that. They're trying to take your money, which is necessarily going against shelter. You know, it takes them taking money away from sheltering and living. It's all bullshit. They're all lying to you. If a company is ever telling you that they care about your safety, they are bullshitting. Bullshit. They don't give a fuck about you. And I know this for a fact because companies are composed of people, and most people don't give a fuck about other people. So it's just like, it stands to reason that a company who is nameless and faceless is not going to really care about you. Keep that in mind. Anyway, it didn't matter that Facebook had a better year. We've already read that. Facebook addressed it. We've already read this too. Facebook attacked MySpace's high switching costs head on, lowering them for users and unleashing network effects and rapid growth. But as Facebook and Twitter cemented their dominance, they heavily cemented their they steadily changed their services to capture more and more of the value that their users generated for them. YouTube is doing the same thing, right? Yes, a lot of these services have almost no value. It's the people on them. But somehow these companies are the ones who reaped the actual value from those people, which is interesting. At first, these companies shifted value from users to advertisers, engaging in more surveillance and enable finer grained targeting and offering more intrusive forms of advertising that would fetch high prices from advertisers. And here we are, we now get the word. This incentivization was made possible by high switching costs. The vast communities who've been brought into the vast communities who've been brought in by network effects were so valuable that users couldn't afford to quit, because that would mean giving up on important personal, professional, commercial, and romantic ties. And just to make sure that users didn't sneak away, Facebook aggressively litigated against upstarts and made it possible to stay in touch with your friends without using its services. Twitter consistently whittled away its API support. I feel that they did. Twitter's kind of trash now, or X Twitter. Neutering it in ways that made it harder and harder to leave Twitter without giving up the value. You know what? It's Pride Month. We shouldn't use neuter. We should use a better word. We should say it affirmed. We affirmed. Anyway, when switching costs are high, services can be changed in ways that you dislike without losing your business. The higher the switching costs, the more a company can abuse you, because it knows that as bad as they've made things for you, you have to endure worse, or if you left. This is Apple in a nutshell. This is Apple. They have me by the balls, and like every year they do this. They don't just juggle them. They kind of like squeeze them a little and twist, and then they pull down just a little bit, just to make sure that I understand that they got me by my balls. But you know what? I'm switching to Linux in the future. Like, real talk. Once I figure out how to use DaVinci, which maybe it's gonna take a few more years, but once I figure out DaVinci and I figure out like a other image editor that's not GIMP, that piece of shit. I'm sorry if you're a developer for that. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry though. Make it better. Until there's an actual good photography like tool or suite on Linux, I'm gonna end up having to probably use like Win or Wine or whatever, and just sideload Windows apps that allow me to use good software. Like, the good stuff, not just free. Let's see what we got here. Got some message. I think Orca was more international. MySpace made me learn HTML and CSS. You want to know what's funny is that I didn't learn HTML for real until I never learned HTML. Like, real talk, I've never learned HTML. The most I've ever used it though was when I was at GitHub though. So Electron stuff. So we build Electron, and because Electron is Node and Chromium V8, obviously the renderer is in HTML. So I know it from that, but I never actually learned HTML. I never actually learned CSS ever. But to be fair to me, I mean, I've never really been a web developer. I know how to do it, but I never actually worked as my title is a web developer. The closest I was a full stack developer, but even then, because full stack is so deep. I mean, I know enough to get by on the client side. But when I say client side, I'm not just talking about what y'all may think of, which is the web. Client for me is also mobile and desktop. So I guess I know more desktop stuff because obviously I use desktop, and I'm very, very deep inside of like the patterns on the desktop. So I actually prefer that. And then web would probably be the thing that I know a little. Yeah, I'm proficient with web. And then mobile. So like my front ends are all, easy. Desktop. Mac OS, easy. It's pretty simple. Google Meet, originally Meet, which was rebranded Hangouts. Meet was been merged with Google Duo, which replaced Google Hangouts. Google Duo has been renamed. There was another thing that Google did. It wasn't just Duo, right? I remember it was Allo. You remember that? Google Allo? How the hell did I get off of reading this thing? See, I don't have the attention span. Let's see, Google Allo. So yeah, you remember this? Bet y'all don't know about this. Y'all don't know. I know shit too. I'm not completely clueless. I just pretend that I am. I know a little bit. Yeah. It seems like every few years Google's like, oh, let's do something new. And then they have their RCS BS that they're trying to guilt Apple into adopting. And what's funny is that like the only people who seem to care about the color of bubbles are people with Android devices. It's like they all here worried about the color of their bubble. Oh, why should Apple have a different color bubble for us? It's like, we don't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. It's like, even if the bubbles end up being the same thing, once I see you in real life and I see you got an Android, I'm not talking, I'm ghosting. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm fucking ghosting. You be like, oh, messages are the same color. It's like, yo, you thought it was because of the color. Nah, it's not about that. It's not about that. All right, anyway, let's get into this enshittification because he's defining what enshittification is. In this definition, right? When switching costs are high, services can be changed in ways that you dislike without losing your business. The higher the switching cost, the more a company can abuse you because it knows that as bad as they made things for you, you have to endure it worse if you left. I think this is what's killing the social media giants. Every social media service has cost, trolls, surveillance, ads, identity theft, risk, etc. And benefits, community, commerce, and family. So long as the benefits outweigh the costs, you'll probably stick around. When benefits outweigh costs, economists call it a surplus. The surplus is the difference between the value you get from using the service and the cost exacted by you by your ongoing use of that service. Companies that don't have to worry about their users leaving because of high switching costs and or a few competitors can scoop up that surplus. They can pay fewer moderators to fight harassment or spy on you more or put more ads into your feed. Once they have taken the surplus from you, see, all right, I know I shouldn't do this, but it's hard for me not to do this. Oh man, I'm going to have to say it. I dislike when people are not consistent in how they use contractions. All right. So in my mind, I'm like Dave because over here he has Dave and in all these other places he has Dave, but then here's they have. Y'all probably don't. This is the way my mind works. I used to be a editor in college for like helping people do their papers because I actually know how to write, even though I pretend to not do it. I know how to write and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, it just makes my heart flutter. I'm over here almost getting pissed off because he didn't use the contraction. He's using it everywhere else. Why don't you use it here? All right. It's hard to read too. They have taken. I can read it though. I can read it. Give me a second. Once they have taken the surplus from you, they can allocate it to advertisers who use their platforms. They can charge less to advertise to you, make it harder for you to skip ads and so on. This brings in revenue, which boosts their share price and attracts more advertisers. But all things being equal, the company would prefer that all the surplus would end up on its own balance sheet. Once you're locked in, he did it again. Okay. Once you are locked in, and once advertisers are locked in, the companies can grab the surplus away from those advertisers too. For example, companies can create their own products that directly compete with the ones that the advertisers offer, or they can rig an ad buying market, as Google and Facebook did when they illegally colluded on a secret project called Jedi Blue. Wait, Jedi Blue? Hold on, is that Dave Chappelle? Jedi Blue. Dave Chappelle. Or is it? Hold on. No, I think that, man, we're probably going to get the stream banned at this point. I don't care. I think it's this. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Ad. No, we're not looking at that. No, that's not this. It's the Prince. Dave Chappelle Prince. Yeah, okay. I think this is when he was hooping. Yeah, this one. He's like Darling Picking or something Jedi Blue. Let's see if I can find it. I'm wondering if they named it after that. Let's see. Switch and shoot. Okay, here we are. Oh, it's computer. Wait, no, Computer Blue, Darling Picky. Okay, maybe he didn't do it. Okay, I thought he said Jedi Blue. All right, never mind. I thought my mom went somewhere else. My bad. Okay. Oh, you forgot about Aloe. Yeah, they forgot about Dre. CSS is a shit show. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Dude, it's kind of frustrating how they can cancel anything that doesn't measure up to ads. Why did they sell Google domains to Squarespace? Wait, what do you mean? They can sell anything that doesn't measure up to ads? Oh, I don't know. I think so. The reason why they sold Google domains is because DNS services, they don't make money. It's not it's not making that much money, and it's a publicly traded company. So you got to keep in mind that like a lot of these things, we only really have ourselves to blame. It's our own greed. And when I say our own greed, I mean that. Think about it. If you put money into Google, you're expecting a return. If you don't get a return, you're going to sell those shares. Or if you have enough shares, you're going to, you have voting rights, and you may vote out the current executive team, and you like all these things that happen. Like a lot of these people who invest in these companies, they don't really give a shit about the actual company itself or the product. The only thing they see, and this is why, one of the downsides of capitalism is they just see profit, dollars. That's it. So these companies are forced to pursue the almighty dollar, and then they hollow out like everything else. Their values go away. Like, I mean, I remember when Google's values were like, don't be evil. And they removed that. Well, at a certain point, it goes against what the owners of that company want. And the owners are the shareholders. So, I mean, it's our own fault, really. I think the original acidification article is a different one. Same dude, though. Never mind. It's actually the original. I remember reading another one about TikTok. Okay. I see. Let me go back to it. Did I delete it? Not delete. Did I close it? Oh, here we are. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. But all things being equal, the company. Sure, I think I read it, but I'll read it again. But all things being equal, the company would prefer that all the surplus would end up on its own balance sheet. Once you're locked in and once advertisers are locked in, the companies can grab the surplus away from those advertisers too. For example, companies can create their own products that directly compete with the ones that advertisers offer, or they can rig the ad buying market. Yeah, they did. The higher the switching cost, the more the social media companies can appropriate that surplus. That is, the worse they can make things for both advertisers and users. That's what happened to MySpace and Bebo and Friendster and the other corpses in the social media graveyard. They made things worse for users and advertisers, and they meant that, and that meant that leaving hurt less, which meant that switching costs were lower. As people and businesses started to switch away from social media giants, inverse network effects set in. The people you stayed on MySpace to hang out with were gone, and without them, all the abuses MySpace was heaping on you were no longer worth it. And you left too. Once you were gone, that was a reason for someone else to leave. The same forces that drove rapid growth drove rapid collapse. Social media companies that are circling the drain today had a very long run. They figured out how to use the law, copyright, patent, terms of service, contract. More than that, I mean, they literally have destroyed our society. They look at they use psychology to literally extract profit out of you at the cost of social cohesion. And you know what? The people who own these shares, a lot of them are Americans, but a lot of them all, live abroad. The world is starting to fall apart. And you know what? In all revolutions, it's always those people who end up gone. So it's like, they brought it on themselves. I'm not going to protect them. And honestly, I don't. I think it's now to a point where people in the military, they're having issues attracting people to the military. So it seems like nobody's going to be willing to protect those assets, that we have all around the world that only make a certain few people rich. I don't give a shit. They can go and pick up a gun and protect it themselves, right? To make it much, much harder for upstarts to offer a graceful exit, because they had so many other people that mattered to us trapped inside them, and because they made it so hard to leave, they could really treat us like shit without risking our departure. They cut the surplus to the bone, and then stuff happened. Mark Zuckerberg got worried about losing users and decided we were all going to live in a legless, low polygon cartoons in a metaverse that no one wanted to use, not even the Facebook employees who built it. Twitter got bought out by a low attention span, overconfident billionaire who started pulling out Jenga blocks to see whether the system will fall over. When it did, we all got crushed by the falling blocks. I don't know if it fell over. Like I think this dude is misrepresenting how valuable Twitter is to most of us. Most of the world doesn't give a shit about Twitter. Even me, and I'm on Twitter, mostly for work. These services have been shaved down to the point where most of us were only a hair's breadth away from quitting because all the surplus had been transferred from us and from business users to the companies. Once things got just a little worse, advertisers and users started to quit, and the long delayed MySpace and Facebook, Anyway, inshitification. And I think that's what we get in late stage capitalism. And now that you know what it is, I'm pretty sure you can go and look around and just see all of the examples of how shitty things have become. There are a few exceptions, though. There are a few exceptions. In fact, there are a lot of exceptions. Here's one. It's not a social media app, though. Linear. I think it's linear.so. No? Linear. All right, maybe we'll just linear it, and maybe it'll figure it out. Is it .com now? Oh, app. Okay, sure. For instance, like there are people who I guess are tired of the status quo, tired of just shittiness. I'm one of them, by the way. And they are doing something about it. They're going out and building awesome products. This is just an example. And when you actually use it, you start to understand how much effort and work and thought and just design that they put into this. Some other tools, and y'all may disagree, but I'm very biased, and I'm happy to say that I'm biased. But I think GitHub is an amazing service. It's only gotten better. Really, it's only gotten better. Shitification was the word of the year in 2023. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, I can see why. We have so much of it around us. That's really what's happening. Like, man, Amazon is fucking trash. Even the stuff, even physical stores around me are starting to become trash. I don't understand. I know why. It's the bar has been lowered, and I blame the people around me. I feel like if the people around me all had standards as high as mine, we wouldn't be living in the shittiness that we live in. I'm not saying that I have the highest standards, but they are higher than average, and I understand that. Like there are certain things. I was talking to the leasing people here because I was thinking about staying here for another year and a half, and I was telling them, I'm like, shit's going downhill. I'm like, these new tenants that y'all have brought in, like they kind of, I'm like, they think this is a nice place, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm thinking about moving, but I'm probably gonna stay just because of inertia. I have a lot of shit. Plus, I like to jump rope. Where I live. It's the only place in Houston where I can pay less than $9,000 a month and have a balcony that I can jump rope on. The other places, like if I want a balcony where I can jump rope on, I'm paying $9-10 grand a month. And I think that's a little much to pay in Houston. Especially we got all these hood people coming over here now from Atlanta and from all these other places. I'm like, that's a bit much to pay for here. I'll pay that somewhere else in a better city where I have better amenities and just better safety, where I can walk around at night and not have to worry about shit. By the way, I know you hate Tesla, but I just got the email. They randomly gave me free FSD for 30 days. I got a text message from them the other day, saying, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's Tesla. I don't want to lie and say what they said because I don't remember. Tesla. Okay, here it is. I found it. Okay. So here's what they're trying to get me to buy another car from them. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm fucking done. For a limited time, get 0.99% APR on a Model Y, or at least from $299 a month. Now, I don't know why the fuck they would send me that, knowing that I'm paying these motherfuckers $1,000 a month for a Model Y that they've cut the price on 3 times since I bought it. But I'm just like, you know what? I don't like, if I were only paying $300 for mine, maybe I wouldn't care. It'll just be like, yeah, piece of shit daily, whatever. But the fact that I'm paying $1,000, and when I had my AMG C63S coupe, this is $100 and some thousand car. My payment on that for 5 years at I think it was like a 2% interest rate. Payment on that was $1,050. I paid down payment. It was $1,050. So it's like, one, I have a Merc, a AMG. I'm paying $1,050, and now, however many years later, I don't even know what year it is. What year is this? Why in the hell does this not have the year? What year is this? Oh, 2020. Okay. Yeah, 2024, my bad. Yeah, it's 2024, and a Tesla, which is an inferior car in every way to every other car that I've owned, except for my first car, which was a Ford Contour. Let me show y'all my first car. Ford Contour, 1996, green. It was green, forest green. This was my first car right here. So the Tesla is better than my first car. It's better than my first car. But like, I don't know, like all the other cars, I don't know. Like I even had a Honda Civic SI that I bought new from a dealership, and it was manual, and I didn't know how to drive manual. And the dealership was only like 2 or 3 miles here. I want to show y'all where this dealership is, because I actually know where it is. Let's go to Google Maps, and I can show y'all where I used to live, because I don't mind. In San Antonio, when I lived in San Antonio. We'll open up maps. San Antonio. I think it was near Blanca Road. 410. Let's see here. We got I-10. We don't care about I-10. Where's 281? All right, 281. All right, what's over here somewhere? San Pedro, Northwest Military. Ah, shit, don't do that. So yeah, it was Blanco, I think. So there should be a Honda dealership over here. I think that's where I bought it, over here somewhere. Let's just Google Honda. Yeah, here we are. Oh, it's on San Pedro. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is where I bought my Honda Civic Si, a manual. I didn't know how to drive a manual. That was interesting. And I think I lived over here like in Castle Hills somewhere. Yeah, I was in Castle Hills. Yeah, I'll just show y'all what Castle Hills is kind of like. We'll go down. We'll go into here. And we'll just put a little, wait, how do I look? How do I look around? Do I just zoom in? Shit, I don't know how I zoom in. How do you zoom in? How you put a person here like a thing? Can we look? Oh, is it that? There we go. Yeah. So I was living in Castle Hills at the time. In fact, I wasn't living in this neighborhood. This is just a random neighborhood. I was living in Section 8 housing. My rent was $600 a month. Can y'all believe that? $600 a month. Good luck getting that anywhere these days. But anyway, I remember driving from the place, and I had to take the back streets in the least traffic way, and it was, oh my gosh, I was afraid coming out because I was like, is traffic on this, the main highway street? And I'm like, man, how do I get out? Fortunately though, even though I didn't actually know how to drive a manual car, I had a motorcycle. So I like, it's the same kind of concept. So I was like, okay, I know how to operate a clutch with my hand. I know how to operate the throttle with my hand. So I'm like, it should be kind of the same. I was a little rough, but I was able to get home. And yeah, I learned how to drive manual by buying a manual car and driving that bitch home. By the time I got home, I was a pro. I learned how to back up. I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I think a lot of my cars have been manual. No, that's a lie. Yeah, it was the Civic that was a manual, and then I had a Mustang GT that was a manual. And then I went into automatics because AMG, Porsche, like that's all I can get at that time until I got my GT3 and manual. My next GT3, once Porsche's off my fuck list, it's going to be manual. I don't really like the PDKs. I don't like fingering my car. I don't want to finger my car. That's disgusting. There are other things that need to be fingered. Let me put this in my notes somewhere. Let me put it in Obsidian. Actually, no. I'm gonna put this in Fame and Glory. Okay. By the way, have you used do you trust Tesla's full self-driving? I don't trust it. I don't trust my life to that shit. In fact, like, I really, really, really dislike it because I'm a motorcycle rider. It's just, yeah, I don't like it. Am I excited for WWDC? No. I heard that they're probably not going to announce a new Mac Studio. So, yeah. Like, I don't really care about iOS. I have an iPhone, but I don't really care about iOS. I have a Mac, but to be honest, unless they're going to make it faster and more resilient and more stable, I don't care about Mac OS either. Like, all they've done over the past 5 years is make it worse. Most of the stuff, like, it's been unneeded. It's like they're redesigning shit for the sake of redesigning shit. The biggest issue I have is the new menu. Like this right here, the system preferences. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I fucking hate it. It's unlikely that Apple is going to start giving, like, it's not like, are they going to make Xcode not a piece of shit? Like, are they going to do that? Probably not. Are they going to actually update Final Cut Pro and make it competitive with DaVinci Resolve? Probably not. Are they going to make Logic actually competitive with Ableton Live or Pro Tools or anything? Like, are they going to actually innovate? Probably not. Like, yeah. Pages is still trash. Keynote is dope. I kind of like Keynote a little, not really. Yeah, I like it kind of somewhat. Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna make the developer tooling better? Like, not slow as fuck. The compilation is not gonna take as long. Is the console not gonna crash every time I try to get logs from my phone when it's plugged in and I unplug it, even though technically it's over Wi-Fi? Like, are they gonna fix that? Probably not. Like, these are all things where I'm just like, fuck Apple. I don't care about them. The only reason why I kind of care about them is because, like, my computer's slow now. So I need a new computer. But, like, if there's an M4 MacBook Pro, they're not going to announce an M4 MacBook Pro here. MacBook Pros are announced during the fall, like, so that they're ready by October or something like that. So you probably see an announcement in September. From what everything that I've been seeing is that we probably won't see an update to the Mac Studio until next year. So once again, Apple is leaving their pro customers hanging. They did it with the Mac Pro when they decided to go away from the cheese grater. That was the best Mac Pro ever, to that piece of shit trash can Mac Pro. And then they decided that, they fucking innovated themselves into a box that they weren't able to escape. And they basically, they just said, fuck pros. They gave us an iMac Pro. That piece of shit. Honestly, at that time, that's when I bought those Dells and I started running Linux systems. And I started, I had Windows and I was just RDP. I still have my Mac, but I refused to buy an iMac Pro because I'm like, that's not a pro machine. Cause I'm someone who actually, I used to do music, so I needed DSP chips inside of my machine for my sound and all that kind of stuff. And I liked having my graphics card in my machine. You couldn't do that with the iMac Pro. So I never bought one for $5,000. I never bought one. I ended up buying, I did end up buying an iMac 27-inch with the, the i9, whatever the top one was at that time. And I mostly bought that as a family computer. This is when I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I think it would be better if we just had a shared desktop computer, because I still have my laptops and I don't like people using my laptops. So I was like, I'll just buy a home computer. So yeah, I bought one for that, and it was slow as hell. It was the fastest one they had. But my gosh, I remember trying to edit a video on it, and it was just the most horrible thing ever. I had to convert everything to ProRes, but I didn't have enough hard drive, so it's still only a 500 gigabyte hard drive or something like that. Oh, it was bad. It was a Fusion drive, or was it? No, was it SSD? I think this was when Fusion drives were out, before they went full SSDs. It's the worst. They might actually update the system settings though. Why do you think they're gonna update the system settings? Why did they even have to change it in the first place? Seriously, who was like, oh my gosh, system preferences is so hard? The fact that I know why they're doing it, they're trying to. So the thing is that the iPhone is now the way that most people get into Apple's ecosystem. So all of these new people, so they're changing the operating system, alienating the customers like me who've been around since OS 9. Okay, I have been using Mac OS. It's now Mac OS. I've been using Mac OS 10, whatever you want to call it, since the Mac OS 9 days. And honestly, I've been using Mac even before OS 9. So I'm like, how are you gonna alienate your most loyal customers for some iPhone users? What do iPhone users do? Watch TikTok? Go to Google? Just use a fucking browser? They don't. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know. Can you see the link? Nah, I can't see the link. I don't think that you can share links in YouTube, and you should be careful with that because you have an account. They could community strike you. That's what they did to me. They said I was spamming people because I shared a fucking link. I'm just like, it's not even a link to something you can buy. It's a link to a learning resource. And I'm like, okay. I messaged them on X and they or Twitter, and they ghosted me after they responded. So what I might have to start doing is pulling the race card, because it seems like that's what gets you places. I can start identifying as black and be, yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show it to you. It's still on here, by the way. I'm just like, so now I can only get one other thing, and then my channel gets taken away. So yeah, this happened, I don't know when, December 2022. I appealed it, and then they're like, oh, after careful, we looked at it carefully. It's like, no, you didn't, you fucking assholes. You didn't do it, because it's like I did the appeal, and within a few minutes later, rejected. It's like, if you only have looked at the shit, you would see that this isn't me. What did they say I was doing? Hold on. Well, I don't know what it says I was doing. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. I don't know what it says I was doing, but I remember it was something along the lines of I was spamming or scamming people. I'm like, what is it? Because black people, like, is that a scam? I even said that in the Twitter post. I was like, what, it's a scam that I'm black and that I can't actually code? Is that it? Because I know it's not a lot of us. You posted Mac Rumors article link on the, oh, I'll look at it. So it seems like I'm not the only one who's been pissed the fuck off by this new system preferences. I thought it was just me, because I know I like to complain a lot. And not that I just like to complain a lot. I have a lot to say. So I know some people, they don't have shit to say. I'm not one of those people. I can go all day. And I'll state my fact. I'll state how I feel for real. Plus I'm at home, We have this really cool amendment, First Amendment, and I'm in my house. So I believe that I need to talk all the shit, especially when I'm at home. Menu bar style. They're changing the menu bar? Oh, no, this is bartender. Okay, never mind. All right. Man, I almost got upset. I'm like, why do we need a different menu bar now? All right, let's see. Let's see. Non-defined Mac rumors. Is this the thing? Or is it Mac rumors? Man, I remember the Vision Pro. It was trash. All right, let's see here. iOS 18, 0 fucks. Transcription, maybe I do give some fucks. Yeah, I give a fuck about transcription. But it's on a phone, so yeah, I give no fucks. Vision OS 2, Vision, no fucks, 0 fucks to give. Mac OS 15. Ah, god dang, not gonna be, okay, my gosh. What are they gonna do? Updating Mac system settings app again. Okay. Apple has decided to make changes to again. They just did it last year. Yes. This guy. I think Apple's designers have I think after Johnny Ive left, Apple has kind of just been I don't know. This is a really good point. Cause I'm like, why am I having to scroll through a goddamn list? I hate doing it on my iPhone. This is one of the reasons why I don't like my iPhone, even though I like it, but I don't really use it that much. The more I use it, the more I dislike it. And I hate Android more, so don't be like, I'll go to Android. That's just trash too. I used to Android too. I used both. I used to flip-flop every year. I would go, the new iPhone would come out, I'll get that, and then I'll get pissed off at the iPhone, and then I'll get an Android phone, thinking that it would save me, and it would just be somehow worse. The camera was worse, the battery life was worse, the audio, everything was worse. It was always all these damn compromises. And then I would get jaded with that and go back to iPhone. I did that literally every year until the iPhone 10 came out, and then I was just like, man, screw it. I'll just deal with it. And by deal with it, I'll just stop using my phone this much. That's really that's how I've dealt with the situation. It's like, I'm like, I don't need to use it. Yeah, they lifted settings from iPad OS, and iPad OS settings are trash. iOS settings are trash. Why would they? I don't know. Search Mac rumors, Mac OS 15 systems in what? Okay, sure. Man, it would be really cool if I can actually copy your comment. That would be awesome, I guess that would make too much sense, so they won't let me do it. Mac OS 15 system settings, design overall. It'll have to fix that spelling. I can't fix it. And what is this AI bullshit? I don't want to see this shit. Maybe I do. Never mind. It was useful for once. No, it's not. No, it wasn't useful. Oh, fuck. Okay. Is it this article right here? Is it this? I think I was just looking at basically that. They don't show any pictures of what it looks like, though. What else do you think they're okay? So Vision OS, I don't care. I just don't care. HomePod, I don't care. tvOS, I don't care. WatchOS, I don't care. Do any of y'all care about any of these? Like, real talk. Like, do y'all like do y'all care about any of this shit? So Apple's going to release some more poorly documented APIs. Great. Golf clap. What they need to do is make Xcode not trash. Here, hold on. First of all, I use Xcode. Unfortunately, I open it almost every day. And even though I open it almost every day, check this out. Well, it's gonna take forever in a day to open, but we'll deal with that. Oh wait, is it not? It's just not gonna do it now? Oh, there it is. Okay, so finally open. Okay, all right. Xcode's open. Where are my recent projects? They're never here. Never. This has been a consistent thing for years. I create a project, I'll open a project, and every time I come, no recent projects. Meanwhile, if I say open existing project, let's wait for the window. It'll open one day. There we are. Now somehow it knows the last fucking thing that I opened. And by the way, I am actually opening the Xcode project. I'm not opening the Xcode workspace. So, what? Huh? Like, look how long this takes to load. Like, what the hell? It's not done yet. Wait, it's gonna keep going. We get beach spinning balls. Oh, it's so fucking slow. The UI is trash. It's just a bunch of icons. You don't know where anything is. Like, you just have to know what these are. You just have to know what this does, right? You can't say, look for the whatever icon. You have to be like, oh, well, the one that has a square with a line on the right side with some horizontal, click that icon, which, yes, now you do the thing, right? Or the fact that if you happen to not have these things here, right here, these right here, it's, for instance, which one is selected? Can you tell? This is supposed to be from the company that has like the world's best designers. It's like, really? But you see what I'm having to do, so I'll do this. And then it'll open. Like, it's so weird. This interaction is so bad. It's so bad. And don't get me started on this bullshit when you get into here and it's just like, oh my gosh. It's just shitty. Or the best one is the signing capabilities. You get into signing capabilities. You're like, oh, let's add a capability. Why to add a capability, which is the most important thing that you're going to do on a page called signing and capabilities? Why is it that the thing to do, the primary action, is this tiny little tiny ass button right here that doesn't even change it to a click target? Notice that it stays as a cursor. Notice that. You don't know that this is actually like, it doesn't highlight, it doesn't get bigger, it doesn't do anything. You don't know that you can click this. Why is this important? Well, because if you look at anything else, it doesn't change. You can't click on these things. So you would be forgiven thinking that you can't click on this, but you can. You can click on it. Yeah, and if you want to remove some over here, you got to go way the hell down here and click on this little minus thing. Or if you want to add something, you click on this little plus thing, or you can come into here and do file. And then it's like, oh, well, what do I do? You gotta, I got Xcode. Xcode is so bad that it makes Android Studio. It makes Android Studio seem bearable. And this is Android Studio, by the way. This is the new UI that they have, by the way. It's not the old one. But it makes this look better, right? Like this shit. Android Studio with all of these goddamn just everything. My life kind of, I had to do it. I had to look at this. Nothing compares to Visual Studio to me. Not Visual Studio Code, but Visual Studio IDE. Even though I don't really know how to use it that much anymore. Like that, even to this day, that's my favorite IDE. favorite. I think of maybe what's another one close behind it? Yeah, that's it. There's that one. I like seeing what they're doing with Swift UI though. I mean, sure, I suppose Swift UI. That's not. Is that WWDC? Is Swift UI? Is that? I know Swift Lang is open source, like it's separate. But is Swift UI? That's Apple, right? Like that's proprietary, I think, right? My biggest problem with Swift UI is Swift. I don't know. It's not that bad, I guess. I think it's Apple's. It's just their. I don't like Apple stuff, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't drink the Apple Kool-Aid. I know some people, they love it. The whole message passion. I get it. Like it. At least with Objective C, coming from Smalltalk. Yeah, I get it. But oh my gosh, have y'all here? Let's look at some Apple code right quick. I have something on here. Where I don't know where I have it. Wait, what? Permission denied. Huh, interesting. Where did I put this shit? Random, maybe? You know what? Since I don't know where it is, we'll look for it. Okay, so it's not that. Draw UI, it's not that. Oh, wait. Yeah, not that. Do guide, one signal, Devlog vision. Yeah. Now we won't look at that. We'll do. Nope, can't do that. None of these. Be independent. Which one of these? Oh, what's up, Cruise9194? Appreciate the follow. By the way, I guess you're watching me on Twitch, obviously. If you go to my YouTube, you can see these in VOD format, right? So like, you can always, if you're like, oh, what are you doing? Go to YouTube. That's the best way to see this shit. Why is TinyGrad in this one? TinyGrad should be in its own place. By the way, if y'all ever want to get into TinyGrad shit or going into building neural networks, I'm happy to show y'all that. By the way, if you're here 20 hours later, you should help because you come from that. Appreciate the stream, brother. I'm here. Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Anyone who follows me on Twitch, I want to let them know that if they go over to my YouTube, they can, they can see all of these, because if you go to my Twitch, generally you won't see anything because I don't stream enough anymore and I no longer pay them money. So my streams disappear. I guess, we'll open this. We'll open this right here, maybe. We'll go into the dev app here and then open up this project here. Oh shit. This is one signal iOS or one signal iOS dev app. What? Nope. What is it? One signal dev app. Okay, cool. And then we can open the project here. All right, cool. Let's see here. GeoHot. What's GeoHot? Oh, George Hot. Oh, George. Wait, is that? Wait, hold on. GeoHot. Is that his name? Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that was his name. I know him by George. Just George. Okay, I got you. You got a new MacBook Pro recently. Which one? M3, M2, M1? My old one broke, so I walked in there and was like, just give me the cheapest MacBook Pro you got. Bro, shit, it's fast as fuck, ain't it? It's so fucking fast. Oh my gosh. And the battery life is the same. What did you have before? Where were you coming from? Oh, did it open? Wait, what? Did it open the thing? Sure. All right. Yeah. Sure. It opened it. Oh shit. Okay. I'm not using Swift UI here. This is Objective-C. Man, y'all remember this? When you had to do these freaking IB outlet crap? Oh my gosh. I remember this shit. I hated it. Ugh. Like, it's so verbose. You know what? Never mind. I'll take that back. Swift UI is dope. Like, this is bad. You know, I don't know how to do this anymore. All right, anyway, let's go to the actual implementation here. Well, we're not really, it's just so verbose. Like this, let me find something that's actually, right here. UN user notification center. All right, and then, UN notification center, current notification. And then after we actually get the thing, now we go to the center and we're like, okay, request authorization with the option. It's so verbose. It's so verbose. Just like, why? Live activity controller, create activity with activity ID. Activity ID completion handler. It's just, oh my gosh. By the way, this isn't us. This is the way things work. Is this Swift? This should be Swift. Is it Swift? Yeah, this looks like Swift. No, it's not. No, this is Swift. Never mind. This is Swift with Objective-C bindings. That's what these are right here. So yeah, Swift is a little bit better. Ignore the comments, obviously. But like to do this right here in Objective-C, oh my gosh. Using like, what is it? Grand Central Dispatch. I think that's what it was called. Ugh. Oh, you're coming from in 2019? Intel MacBook Pro? Oh yeah, bro. Man, I am basically when the first computer that they came out with that got rid of the touch bar, I was on it. It may have been my M1 MacBook Pro, now that I think about it. Cause I had the touch bar one too, and I hated it. I was pissed off. I bought it anyway because it came with, like, I needed the processor. Cause this is during the time when Apple said, fuck pros, we're only releasing laptops and iMacs. So I was like, okay. So every year I would get the top of the line, top it out. It was still too slow, and it's like as soon as I got it, it's like I guess I had to get the next one next year. It wasn't until my MacBook Pro, the M1 Max that I haven't had to upgrade it at all. It's fine. When I use it, I'm not like, oh, this is slow. Like it's perfect. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade that anytime soon. However, this current computer that I'm on, I will upgrade. I use it all the time, and I do more stuff on it than I do on my MacBook Pro. So this is an M1 Ultra, and I've been waiting. I'm waiting on the M4 Ultra, and I was contemplating M5, but it seems like I'm just gonna be effed until next year. We'll see though. Let's see what happens. Do you want to do a stream, like a live stream type of thing where we watch it together? Is that even possible? Will my stream get taken down? It probably will. So what's good? We building a digital superintelligence? No, I'm not building anything right now. I was migrating from a Next app to a Remix. I'm turning it into Remix, and then I realized that it's more effort than I wanted to do right now. So I was like, I'll do that later. So I guess I'm going to do that over the next few weeks. So the goal is to get it done by June. Doing it over these live streams, it takes a lot longer because, like, I don't know why. It just takes longer. And I don't work on this at all when I'm not live. So so that makes it even worse because, you know, I can never really get in the state of I know what the hell is going on. It's always I come back and I'm like, what's going on? I have to figure shit out. It slows me down. But I do it for the content. This is actually what it is. I call it my excuse for content. Why switch into Remix? Because I've been wanting to switch from Next for the longest. Next is too complicated. And what do I mean by that? Like, first, they keep changing it. First of all, they just keep changing it. But the second part is they went all in on this, like, React on the server, but not really on the server. It's hard to know where your shit's being rendered. And like the whole like get server props bullshit, like I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I recently decided that I'm switching off of Vercel anyway. So I'm like, really the only reason why I'm using Next is because they kind of go hand in hand. I need to be able to do the transcription as well as run my LLM stuff. You know, the AI shit that we were talking about in the past. That's still happening. I'm going to build a retrieval augmented generator and all that kind of shit. I cannot do that if I'm using Vercel, which is basically cloud computer, and I don't own the server. I can't log in. I can't install any of my tools. I can't do any of that. So I was like, well, if I'm going to migrate to a VPC, like, just a VM in the cloud, like I may as well, just go all in and just switch off the shit that I don't want to have to deal with. So Remix, it uses web APIs, so I don't have to like know Next and what they're doing. Like I don't have to keep up with what they're doing anymore. And yeah, I don't know. So far, even though it's not fully working, I mean it was, but the CSS and all that stuff isn't working. Like even already, it's just easier, right? Like I know how a page is going to get rendered. I know the life cycle. It doesn't change. There is no use client that I have to do. Like none of that bullshit. I no longer have to use effects to get stuff from the server. Now, because it renders on the server initially, like I can just do an action or a loader, do all of that stuff on the server, pass that stuff to the page or just stream it to the page, and then like it renders. I don't have to worry, right? I already don't like doing web development, so if I can remove as much web shit that I have to care about, even better. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully that gives you some reason. It's mostly hand wavy and I don't want to use Next anymore. That's really it. You a full-time streamer? Nah, I'm not a full-time streamer. If I were, I would literally be poor. I make nothing from this. In fact, this costs me money. It costs me money to stream. I had to have an internet connection. I had to have a computer powerful enough to do it. I had to have the software that I'm having. I pay like $30 to $40 a month for it. I don't know what I pay. Like I had to have the cameras, the lights, the action, the face. I gotta have all of it. I should get haircuts too, but I'm not trying to draw the parallel, man. I'm like, y'all just gonna have to accept me, bro, the way I look. If you don't, that's fine too. It don't matter. Yeah, so like I'm not a full-time streamer, but I do have a goal this year to stream for 400 hours, and I'm actually on track to hit my 1,000 hours of streaming probably in the next 3 to 4 months. So I started streaming about 2.5 years ago. Initially, it was me building the thing that I was working on in public. I just wanted to, I believe that it would be kind of cool to show people what it's like to really build software and not what most people do, which is just they show you the completed thing, or maybe they show you a highlight reel of the stuff. Like I wanted to show a real life example of what it's like if you are someone who has other shit going on in life and you're building something. So a lot of times people give excuses. They're like, oh, I'm busy, I got this and I got that. And it's just like, are you busy or are you just poor time management? Because I'm busy as fuck. I had a company at one point. I was consulting. I was doing this. I was mentoring. I'm just like, at no point was I ever like, I'm busy. That's just, in fact, I'm like, I'm not busy. I know people who actually are busy. I know people who have companies with hundreds, thousands of employees and like all kinds of other like things that they do. I'm just like, I'm not busy, So I wanted to kind of show people, because I have a lot of people around me who just think that I just got to where I am out of luck. They're like, oh, you're here where you are. Of course you can do it. It's like, no, bitch, I got here because I'm this way. Like, it's fucking midnight. Honestly, after this, I'm probably gonna do some work. Not the live stream shit. I'm probably gonna do some work for work. Like, this is how I am. Like, I work a lot, and a lot of people, they'll come to me and be like, yo, how do I get into your position? And it's like I don't know if you really want to be, bro. It's like you just want the outcome. You don't really want the responsibility of you're gonna be out here doing shit all the time. Let's see here. Streaming is sick. I don't know what we're clapping for, but I appreciate the clap. Hell no. I'm not in fucking California. I would never. That's disgusting. No, I'm in Texas. A good state. I'm sorry if you're from California. My mentor lives in California. He knows how I feel about California. I work for a company called One Signal. We do user engagement. So what does that mean? A lot of developers don't really think about the fact that, their app, like, people need to use the app. Like, your app is pretty worthless without people. So what we do is we make it possible for you to engage with your users via text messaging or SMS, email, push notifications, in-app messaging, that kind of thing. And we also have I guess our bread and butter is we have focused on the marketers. We also have a developer focus. It's more of a it's a secondary focus. Our primary focus is on marketers. But it's really cool because once you integrate with our SDK and all that kind of stuff, you can do all of your user engagement, all of your marketing, your journeys. You can create journeys on our website, and you don't have to go and change anything about your app. We can keep up with your click-through rates. You can dynamically customize a message based on the user who is going to. You can put users into segments and then message this group a segment so that people who meet certain criteria all get the same message. It's really cool. Some of the newer stuff that we've just released is live activity support. So, if you wanted to have live activities in your app, that's the new Apple iOS thing. You could do that with our SDK. And the thing that we just released, and I think we'll be working on some instruction for this maybe, is the push to start. So in the past, when live activities first came out, the only thing that you could do was you could enter the live activity from the app when the app is in the foreground. It's kind of silly when you really think about it. It's like, oh wait, I had to open up the app and then that's dumb. So now what it is we have something called push to start, which is Apple has, they updated live activities, which it allows you to start a live activity from a push notification. So you get a special token from the push notification that you can then forward on to your live activity, and that'll get the live activity to run even if the app isn't open in the foreground. So yeah, that's the new thing. And we got some other things that we're working on. I don't know if I can talk about it now, but yeah, we got other things that we got going. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's, right now we're working on a big migration. We are migrating a data model migration, which makes it hard. We've been migrating from something that we called the player model or device-centric model, where every device is basically its own separate thing, and it's up to you, the customer, to materialize a user from all of those devices, to something where we have it's called the user model, where we're doing that for you, right? But all of our SDKs needed to change. All of our SDKs, we have a lot. They're not all done either. We had APIs that needed to change. The docs need to change. In fact, that's what I've been working on for literally this year, is docs. I got a message saying like what's taking so long. I'm like, one person, one person, and they're done. But nobody's reviewed it. That's what's taking long. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I work on, I guess. I built this shit brick by brick, even better, to be honest. Wait, what's better? I don't know. What are we bettering about? I don't know. Where are y'all based at? Cause it's late. Where y'all at? And are you in the East Coast, West Coast? Oh, you're in Texas too? What part of Texas? The good part of Texas, or the Panhandle? Oh, you're in Florida. Oh, never mind. Okay. I was like, there's a part of Texas that is it's Texas, but I don't know if anybody here really claim it. Like, I've been out there. I've been to parts of Texas that most Texas have never been to. Probably don't even know exist. Like Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo. Most Texas ain't going up there. That's the Panhandle, by the way. I've been to El Paso, Midland, Odessa, all these places in Texas most people would never go to, never heard of. What's another place in Texas? I mean, Corpus Christi. I think a lot of people go there though. By the way, I live in Houston, Texas. Honestly, Houston used to be great. It's yeah, I don't know, it's changed a lot. We got a lot of people moving here from other places, ruining our culture, bringing their shenanigans with them. We have a culture down here in the South, and if you're from the South, you understand it. Where it's like stuff like this. You walking down the street, if you see someone, you say what's up, you say hi, how you doing, all these kind of things. Like, just stuff like that. We take it a little bit slower. Like, not for the most part, none of us are really in a rush. You know, the questions that we ask, I didn't notice this until I started traveling around, and I noticed that people from different regions ask different questions. I noticed down here in the South, at least the people who I grew up around, we ask, "Where are you from?" That's the most important thing to us. Where are you from? I noticed in other parts of the country, they ask, "What do you do?" It's like, the fuck doesn't matter what the fuck I do. Shit. Like, it's like, I never asked that question. I don't give a fuck what other people do. I'm like, why do I care? Like, it doesn't matter what you do to me. But I noticed that there's that's a very popular question for people on the East and West Coast. They're very concerned with what you do. I remember when I was just floating around and people were like, "What do you do?" I'm like, and I would literally give them an answer of nothing. They're like, "What do you mean nothing?" I mean, I literally do nothing. And they couldn't believe. They're like, "What do you mean you don't do nothing?" Like, I'm like, I don't have to do anything. What do you mean? It's fun fucking with people like that, because I'm in a position where I technically don't have to work, and I'm just like, yeah. I was out not working. I was for a few years. I was just walking around, bumming around. What do you do? Nothing. Oh, yeah. It's like, you have any other questions? I'm not a trust fund billionaire. I'm definitely not that. I wish I had a trust fund. In fact, when I say I wish I had a trust fund, what I mean is I wish that someone had created a trust fund for me. But you're right, though. I do have a trust fund. Yeah, but it's because of me. So yes. So yeah, instead of being envious and be like, "Oh, I wish my mom," and like, I don't remember, my dad wasn't really, but I wish my mom would. It's like, nah, fuck that. I'll go get my own trust fund, bitch. Make my own money. That's what I did. So yeah, I technically William is broke. Technically, I am broke. I'm poor. I have nothing. None of this is mine. It all belongs to the entities, to not me. I make sure I tell people that I'm not actually rich. I'm poor. I live on a fixed income. It's not so bad though. What I've learned is I've learned just budgeting discipline, I guess. So I put myself on a fixed income. Wait, what year is this? Oh yeah, wait, hold on. When did I do this? 4 or 5 years ago? I think, yeah. Basically, when I decided I was going to leave and go travel, I think a year into it, I was like, okay, if I want to do this long term, if I don't want to go broke, I need to have a budget. So I put myself on a fixed income, and I recently switched off of my own income. So now like, my money is I don't touch it. Now I live on my paycheck. So that was actually a goal of mine. After I did ayahuasca, okay? So like after ayahuasca, I recognized, or maybe I accepted or acknowledged, I don't know what word you want to use, but I realized that I was out of touch. And that the only way that I can get back into touch, it was like reality, was to live life like a normal person. So yes, I put a plan in place. It took me 2.5 years. Like, it wasn't easy, but I put a plan in place to switch off of living off of my own money to living off of the income that I make. Yeah, and honestly, even now, man, like, I was thinking, because inflation is high, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm like, I feel broke. Oh my gosh, I'm like, how do people live off of like? Anyway. I'm doing it, and I don't know. I guess it makes me better. I don't know. W-2 goes to trust fund. No. 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 A lot of my money was made in stock and equity. So no. Yeah. Nah. Now these days, I just rebalanced my portfolio. Actually, I'm heavy in bonds now. I think I said this last time. I put 80% of one of my accounts in bonds, and then I said I may do some of my other accounts so that they are more heavy in bonds. So I can kind of like, I don't want to hold cash, but I also think that the market is overvalued. This is not financial or stock advice. Please do not take it as such. This is me. I'm more conservative than the rest of you. I'm just like, one thing you'll realize is after you get a little money, you're like, okay, all right, I'd rather not lose it. That's where I'm at. So I was just like, all right, let me sell out. Let me capture some gains and convert into bonds, treasuries specifically, because at least it's kind of shielding me from inflation a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still worried though, because one of the things that I recently told myself, and I do this a lot, where I don't know if it's me or that entity, that thing, that I don't know who it is, but I have to do it. So if I say I have to do this thing, I have to do it. I feel bad, but like, I told myself that I cannot, and I even told my friend, I cannot use my money to get myself or bail myself out of any situation that happens over the next 5 years. Okay, so what that means is that if I have to go homeless, I can't use my money. I can't touch it, right? So that's the life that I'm gonna be living. And you know what? I think it's important, because I don't want to forget what it was like to struggle. Cause I didn't grow up in the position that I'm in now. But I don't want to lose touch again. So that's my way that I'm not going to lose touch. But after 40, fuck it, I'm done. Like I don't think I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to just 40. I think 40, you know, I won't go out and ball out. I'll be a little more mature than I am now, but I definitely will not be like, oh, like let me live like this just for what, right? So I'm dedicating my 30s to this, of like, let me just, let me build discipline. Let me, just, yeah. Nvidia, no, I don't invest in individual stocks. Not anymore. I did that in my 20s. So I did have some individual stocks that I bought when I was in my 20s. Stuff like Apple, Tesla, what's the other? I had Google, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just bought them, and I would buy them every time I get paid. And it turned into something. I have a bunch of like the only other stocks that are individual stocks that I'll pick are based off of a dividend. So I don't really buy stocks thinking the appreciation. I don't really care that much. So a lot of the individual stocks that I have are literally because they pay a dividend every quarter. Like clockwork. I see, okay, all right, yeah, money, dividends. So yeah, I do that. Outside of that, I do ETFs. Like that's what I had, just SP 500. And I don't really want to expose myself to any individual stocks like that. And looking back, yeah, it would have been cool to have purchased Nvidia, but like I don't really regret it. I don't care that much. I don't know. It's hard for most people to understand this, because most people will never get there. But once you have money, bro, like I don't know, something just changed inside of me. I went through a bunch of other shit too, so it's not just the fact that I have money. It's like a bunch of other bad shit happened, and then anyway, I realized that money doesn't do anything for me. Like, okay, sure, I have an extra, few hundred grand, or maybe an extra million. It's like my grandpa is still in the grave, my aunt is still in the grave, my grandmother is still in the grave, my other grandmother, my other grandpa is still, like, it don't change shit for me. So I don't even look back and be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. In fact, real talk, I actually think my life was better before I had money. Like money didn't improve my life at all. Other than, I guess I can go buy dumb shit. I was able to go buy a bunch of dumb shit. And I guess I'm able to like pay for rent, I guess. But like I was able to pay for rent before. It's not that big of a deal. In fact, like I said, I live off of the money that I make from my job, just the job. Like I have other things going on, so I only live off of my paycheck. And you know what? It's fine, It's like I'm not really like, oh my gosh, I need money. It's like, yeah, it's fine. There might be some things that I want. For instance, I've been wanting to buy a new exhaust for my new motorcycle that I just purchased. And while I would love to be able to buy the exhaust today, I'm just like, it's okay. I don't need it. I go downstairs, the bike starts up. It sounds good enough, you know. I think that's been the best thing about my 30s. I think is that I was able to spend my 20s and just get all of the dumb shit out of my system. Like I bought all of the high end supercars. I did all of that shit. I went to like all of the best places, best restaurants. I did all of that, even into my 30s, some of it, right? And now I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's being jaded. Like you do something and it's just not that valuable to you anymore. And that's what I want to recapture. Is that once you start doing something for a long period of time, you acclimate to it. You're like, oh, well, this is just my life. Like other people, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so lucky. And I'm just like, I don't feel anything. I'm just like, this is my life. What do you mean? It's just day-to-day shit. So I want to be able to recapture that feeling of newness, because I haven't had anything new. Like I've done so many things now to where now it's like, I need to do something new. And I know what that is, but I can't do it yet. Most hedge funds don't outperform the S&P. Yeah, you're right. Most hedge funds don't. Most people don't outperform the S&P or any other or any market. Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Industrial Index, any of those things. Yeah, but I look at it as like, does it matter though? Like when you really think about it, we have so much here in this country, in America. We have everything we need, even without stocks. And I grew up poor, and like I don't remember really wanting for anything. I didn't know I was poor until later in life, to be honest. So I don't know, like this whole like investing and all that. Like I do it because that's what I was taught to do by not only my grandfather but his boss, who was the CEO and chairman of Lennar Home. So that's where I learned a lot of. I learned a lot from that. So I want to make sure I'm clear. So I maybe have had a head start in a way in which, my grandpa, family friend, like I was able to learn from that family, and I got to be in positions that kids never get to be in. Like, I would be chilling in the boardroom and shit. Like when they do it, it's just there. I didn't know what was happening at the time, but being exposed to that at a young age, I'm pretty sure that led to something. I'm pretty sure that led to something, like whatever. But yeah, I just kind of did what they told me to do. They were like, oh, you need to do this. Okay, sure. I'll do that. Like, William, when you get your money, make sure you save. Okay. All right, sure. I'll save. How much you saving? How much do I need to save? At least 30. Okay, sure. Fuck, 30%. So that's what I do. I've been doing it for years now. And when I first started, I was like, I'm so broke. Why am I saving this money for? And now I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. I see. So I'm glad that, not only did I had people in my life who taught me these things and made sure that I understood that I shouldn't put too much into what I want now and I should worry about like the future. I'm also glad that I had the mental capacity to listen. Right? It's one thing to be told to do something. It's another thing to then follow through with it for years. I got my first job at 14. All right. So I've been saving for years. And I ain't even gonna lie, man. Once you cross over, $500,000, stuff starts changing. All of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, 10% growth. That's salary. So yeah. So I got to a point where I was living off just my interest, and interest for me at that time, I won't get into it, but it was 6 figures a year. So I was living off of that, and now that I think about it, and when I look back, I realized that had I just stayed with a job, that I could have it could have grown even more, right? I could have just grew even more. It's not that. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. what I find is that money is not as valuable if you're not trying to spend it. Right? Like that's kind of where I'm at now. Like I look at things now and I don't have a desire for it. There's certain things, obviously, like obviously the computer. I need that. I'm not even gonna lie. I need a computer. You know, if they come out with a new Pro XDR with OLED, you better believe it. I'm buying it. You know, as soon as they release this A1 Mark II, the Sony A1 Mark II, I'm probably gonna buy it. But you know, these are like things that at least I cope. I tell myself that these are things that allow me to express my creativity and to create, which is the thing that entity that I did ayahuasca, it told me that I needed to do. It told me that's what I need to do. Cause I had a bunch of cars and I sold them because it told me I need to sell my cars. So I sold all my cars over the course of like 18 months. And, you know, creativity is what I get to do. So if it's something that's in service to that, it's okay. At least that's at least for now, right? Like, who knows? Maybe when I do I plan to go back to Peru to do another one, but maybe it'll tell me something different, and maybe I'll adapt and I'll do that. But we'll see. But so far, I've been focused on creating what it told me to do. This, you know, it told me I gave you the power to create, and you have to do that. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So we're gonna create some shit. Over time, I will create videos. Like I'm learning a lot of different things at the moment when it comes to creating content, all at the same time, all while having a actual job where I have, you know, I actually have real things that I have to deliver, and you know. So yeah, I'll focus. I'll eventually get there where I'm making like the content that I want to make. Cause I have a vision for what I want to see. I just don't have the skills to bring it to fruition. And I could pay other people to do that, but like I can't do that. I have to do it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I have to do it, so I will do that. Yeah. I don't. Sure, I wouldn't call it that, but all right, yeah. Yeah. I didn't have a full experience. I didn't have like the whole visions like everyone else did, but I did have a conversation with some entity. It wasn't me. I know it wasn't me. I know that for sure. But I had a conversation with that, and it told me I had to do some things before I could see, like before I can actually see the mother. And I was like, oh. Yeah, and part of it was like, yeah, I had to do these things. So I'm doing these things, right? So I had to rebuild discipline, right? So I had to do that. The other part is, you know, I have to, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain this one, but I experience it when I can get my heart rate up above 185 for whatever reason, that thing comes back. So every single day, generally at night, I will go out and jump rope to try to get my heart rate up to about 190 and try to keep it there. And I will, like, while I'm jump roping, I'm having conversations, like plotting what the fuck's going, like what's happening, like what I need to do. And dead as like, if you follow me on Instagram, maybe you'll see sometimes I'll post my my video to, you know, with me jump rope heart rate after I'm done. That's why. So what I find is that when I'm doing that, it brings me closer to whatever that thing was. I don't know why. I don't get it. I just know that like when I do that or any type of hard, strenuous activity, it brings me closer to whatever that thing is. And it's not just physical activity. It's any time when I'm under a lot of stress, like tremendous stress, or like, you know, I'm exerting myself a lot, that thing comes back. And I think that I should chase that thing. And I think that chasing that thing may lead to whatever, you know, whatever it has in store, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it has in store. But I do know that I have to continue my lineage. That's what it told me. Because there was a point where I didn't want to have children. And it told me I cannot do that. I have to have children, which is, that's why I'm like, I know some of what I have to do, but I'm like, I don't know. I'll get there. I'll get there. But it was interesting because it showed me my lineage Like it basically it said that you are the strongest of your lineage, and like these people, it's hard to, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. But show me where the fuck I was from, like all of it, all at once. It wasn't a sense of time. It was just like, this is where you're from, and like I've been with all of them, and I'm with you now, and that you have to continue what they started. I was like, okay, so yeah, I'll be doing that eventually. You're 19, want to have kids? Well, I mean, I wanted kids at one point, and then I got to a point where I was like, man, I don't want to deal with any of that. And then it was like I was told by the thing that nah, these people didn't like go through their struggles and toil to survive so that you can end their line. And that shit hit. Like I was like, man, like it made me realize I was being selfish at that point. I was like, okay, I get it now. So maybe that, I mean, I think I learned some of the lessons I need to learn, but obviously there's some things that, you know, are probably going to take time for me. This was 2 years ago, I think, when I did this, or no, 3 years ago now. It was 3 years ago. And yeah, I need to plan my next one soon. Yeah, it's been 3 years. I think it was 2020. February or January. It was either January or February 2020. Well, it didn't get into the meaning of life. I didn't ask for meaning of life, to be honest. But yeah, it said I needed to continue the line. That was it. I was just like, you need to continue the line. It doesn't end with you. I was like, okay, all right. And it doesn't count that my siblings have kids, because I was like, I'm like, well, shit. Technically, my mom, both my mom and my dad, like my dad has his own family. My mom has, I have another brother, different, and like he has a kid. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, technically, the line is still here, but no, apparently not. I have to do the thing. So maybe. The thing is that I don't want to have kids with anybody from America. I don't want to deal with any of these women here. Real talk. None of them. I'm not attracted to them. Or maybe I'm just insecure. Maybe that. Maybe I'm intimidated. By all these people with jobs. I'm intimidated by a female who's making 70, 80K a year. I'm intimidated. Or even 100. Let's say I'm intimidated by the fact they make it 200. For what it's worth, when I was living on my fixed income, it was $250,000 a year, just my fixed income, right? That's what I was. So like, when I hear like these women, they're like, oh, you're just insecure or you're like intimidated. It's like, you don't understand. You really don't understand. It's like, it's nothing about you that makes me feel any kind of way. None of them, bro. It's the attitude. No, I don't have a PhD. I have a bachelor's, and then I did go to grad school to pursue my master's, but I ended up, I went to 3 different grad schools actually. Now I think about it. I went to UH downtown for a year, and then I was like, nah, I can't do it. It's not because it was hard. It's because I didn't respect the students who around me. I was like, these people are not the caliber of people I want to be surrounded by. So I dropped out. I was like, screw this. Then I went on to GitHub. While I was at GitHub, I was able to get into Stanford's SEP program, which is their, they don't allow master students to not be full-time. But if you work for like certain tech companies in the Valley, or maybe it's any tech company in the Valley, I don't know. They allow you to basically go in and enroll as a working professional. So you're taking the same class or whatever, but you're able to not be full-time. So I did that for a while until my stipend ran out at GitHub. And then I had to pay it myself. That's expensive. So I went to another school. I won't say what it was. But I went to another school on the East Coast. And I don't know. I think it was like my 4th or 5th class. I was like, man, like, why am I here? Like, these people are here trying to get what I already have. So why am I here? Like, you know, they're networking, you know, they're trying to get the higher paying jobs. They're trying to get all these things. I'm like, by the way, I was semi-retired then. I had decided that I didn't want to work anymore. And this was while I was traveling too. So I was just like, I'm like, man, I don't need to do this. I'm over here flying back and forth to Boston and shit. Like I need to be here. So I stopped. So I just stopped going. I didn't enroll again. And yeah, here I am. I'm master degreeless. But I don't care because I don't even know where my bachelor's degree is. Like I got that degree. I gave it to my grandmother. They never hung it up. I was like, well, I went to school for y'all because I never felt like I needed school for anything. So I was like, well, I got the degree like I said I would for my grandparents, and I'm done. So yeah, no master's, no PhD, none of that. Not doing it. No, I'm saying those independent women, they be like, I got a PhD, I don't need it. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, they can have a PhD. You know, a lot of PhDs don't earn as much money as you think. Like most of them are broke. Real talk, like they're not really like that. But yeah, I mean, sure. They say they don't need no man, and to be honest, I mean, maybe they're right. They don't need no man. Just like a man don't need no woman. And like for the kid thing, like one of the things that I had considered is just hiring a surrogate, because I don't want to have to deal with any of them. I don't want to have to deal with the potential of someone trying to take my kid and weaponizing them, and now I'm having to pay money to the state for child support. Nah. So I'm like, what's a way that I can, you know, have my kid and not have to deal with them? And I'm like, yeah, I'll just hire a surrogate. I'm like, it's what, 150K? I'm like, so what? I'll have that. That's cheaper than having a wife. Like she leave my ass, and this like all my shit that I have, it's like she ain't work for it. She ain't out, like she not here right now at 12:43 at night doing this live stream that will hopefully one day turn into another source of income. She not here doing that. So it's like, why should I, you know, get into a relationship with someone and then give them access to all of this, and then like at any point they can change their mind and say, I don't want to be here and take half my shit. No, I'm good. I got lucky, to be honest. There was the girl who I wanted to marry, like I had intended to marry. And what's crazy is that 9 months before I became a multimillionaire, she decided that she needed to go find herself. You know, she had lost herself, and that, you know, she needed to whatever. So like she left. And I like, you know what? Sometimes I think back and I'm like, man, did I dodge a bullet? Cause like, man, yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in computer science. Yes. Back in the day, when I started my degree, it was during the tail end of the .com bust. So let's just say the computer science department wasn't very popular. When I graduated one of 12. There were 12 people in my graduating computer science class, to give you an idea. And then I learned that later on, like it's one of the largest majors in the school. I'm like, man, like I wonder if these kids were told, because I mean, I went to Trinity, and this liberal arts school. So I was wondering, I'm like, how many of these kids decided to take an economics class before they enrolled in Trinity, or maybe took an economics class their first semester? Because like, you know, you do a little bit of economics, you'll realize that if everybody is going into this thing, those high salaries will not last. And I have a conspiracy theory that the reason why all these companies say that there's a shortage of software engineers or people who are technical or whatever, computer science graduates, is because they don't want to pay them. So if you say there's a shortage, you put all these programs in place, these government programs to say, hey, we need to get more people into computer science STEM fields. When you really look at the numbers, we have enough to meet the demand. It's just, you know, not for the price the companies are willing to pay. So what you do is you get everybody to go get these degrees. You cheapen or you lessen the value of those degrees and that work, because there's now a higher supply of those types of people. So now, you know, 10 or 15 years later, you know, they can lower salaries. It's like, hey, well, I want this job. In the past, there were only a few people who were capable of doing it. Now I think we probably increased it, 4 or 5x. I don't know if they, you know, obviously there's levels to it, but I think that, I don't know, that's my thought process. You know, let's get more supply so we can rake in more profits. We got AGI. I'm not as what's the word? I can't even think. It's late. I'm not as hot, I guess, or I don't believe in AI. I don't. I think it's a fad, just like all the other big data stuff. This idea that you can somehow generalize your way to, I don't know, like this. The fundamental idea of AI, I disagree with. I don't think that we learn by generalizing. And that's what AI is doing. Like, it's essentially, you're fitting a freaking curve to data. I don't think that's what actual intelligence is. And I don't think that intelligence is as valuable as we like to say. But I also am someone who doesn't, I'm not trying to replace, I don't know. Maybe this is, I'm about to get into like spirituality, spiritual shit. I'm just like, I look at these people who are creating AI. I think that they're trying to create themselves in their own image. I think that they're trying to play God. I think that it's going to burn them. And I'm here for it. I hope it happens. Like, I hope that these people keep fucking around and then find out. In fact, I think maybe that's my purpose in life, is to make sure that they do find out. Just egg them along. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah. Just push them over that cliff a little bit. Let's see what happens. I mean, sometimes, right? Like, shit. Like, I'm someone who understands that for things to get better, sometimes they have to get much, much worse. That's the only thing that'll gotta like wake people up out of their freaking sleep and get them to realize how they're being fucking screwed over. So, we're getting there. We'll talk about these, and I'm gonna have like a dedicated stream for this kind of stuff. In fact, I already do. I said that I'll probably try to commit to maybe doing 1 or 2 streams like this a week. Not a week, I'm sorry, a month. Where I talk about like what's going on or stuff like this. And during the week, it's generally going to be, dedicated towards working type stuff. Yeah. And eventually I will start doing videos. Like, I have some reviews planned of my camera, the DJI Action, the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Action 4. But I want to do real reviews, not the ones where, someone gets a new thing and they just give you an overview. Oh, look at this. I want to actually give you, here's why I like it. Here are the things that I absolutely hate. Here are the things that like you will probably hate too. Here are some, tricks. Like, I want to be able to give actual someone who's actually used the product, not this bullshit that a lot of YouTubers do. I mean, the smartest AI right now can't create anything. Well, and here we get to while I was getting them, like, it's kind of spiritual. That thing told me it gave me the power to create. It said, I made you in my image and gave you the ability to create. So that's why I'm just like, I don't believe in AI like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite, because we don't even understand ourselves. Most of us haven't done a lot of introspection or deep thinking and looking within ourselves to figure out why we're the way we are, or like, we don't do that. So the idea that people who are blind, in my mind, they're idiots. I'm sorry. Like, you can be smart, but you still be dumb, right? Like, in my mind, these are dumb people who think that they are smart. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, can you be smart if you think that everything just came from nothing? Can you really be that smart? That don't sound like a smart thing to me. That sounds pretty dumb. And I'm saying this as someone who's like, I wasn't religious. In fact, I was very much the opposite. And even now I'm not religious, but I guess you could say I'm spiritual or whatever. Like, cause there's some shit that I saw that is like, I don't know. You could say it's my imagination, but it's interesting when you talk to other people and they have very similar experiences, and it's like, is it just my imagination? Or is it possible that, that we do live in a multi-dimensional universe in which we only can experience 3 of those dimensions? But maybe there are there are actually other dimensions that maybe we can access with help. I don't know if this is the case or not. I just know that, I saw some shit. I had a conversation with something, and that shit is still here. So, like, is it me? I don't know. Is it AI? I doubt it. Is it the Big Bang? I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't know. Big Bang don't talk to me in languages I've never heard of that I somehow understand. Like, real talk. I don't think Big Bang have language. Yeah, I like the lady in iRobot. I don't remember iRobot. Will Smith was like, "You're the dumbest smart person I know." Yeah, I don't even know if I saw that movie. This dope, man. I'm a definitely tune in. Oh, you're talking about this. Okay. Find out seems like it's going to be a group lesson. Hey, it is going to be a group lesson. And you know what? We're all going to get fucked as a result of it. But part of what I'm doing now is I am voluntarily putting myself through hard and difficult times. I grew up with it. I grew up in environment. Like, I had to deal with a lot of adversity growing up. So, like, I'm very well adept to handling shit. In fact, I was told that I can handle shit. I'm from a lineage of people who fucking handled shit. So he's like, you're going to handle shit too. Like, you have it in you. So it's like, shit's going to get hard for all of us. I don't see things getting better anytime soon. I expect things to continue to get worse through the decade. And I'm saying things, I'm talking about, society. I'm sure y'all are noticing shit that's happening in our society these days. Like, all this violence that's now starting to happen. All the theft that's happening, all of the degeneracy that's starting to happen. It's, if you pay attention to the stories in history, you notice that other societies went through something similar at a certain point of their life cycle. So it's not lost on me that we are going through some of the things that I studied about 20 years ago. And then again, every year since then, because once I learned that I loved history, like I really started to dig in deeper. And I expect things to get difficult soon. Even for me. Like, I don't think money's going to solve these problems. And even if they do, I think it's still going to be relatively difficult to get through. So I'm kind of preparing myself for things, which is why I said that, even if shit hit the fan, like, I can't use my money. That's part of it, right? In fact, there might be a point where I might have to cash out of the dollar. If the Fed keeps fucking my fucking shit up, like, I might have to, figure out other ways. Like, I already have euros and Singapore dollar and real, but I want to have more gold. I need more gold than I have now. China's been buying a lot of gold lately, pushing the prices up. How do you prepare? By putting myself through shit right now. By jump roping for 30 minutes so that I can talk to whatever that thing is. Soon, by going to the gym and going back to fighting. I used to fight. And then soon after that, I'm probably going to go back into the other gym and start my weight training. Doing that, I'll probably start redoing my yoga and meditation so that I make sure that I can control myself, because you can't control the things around you if you can't control yourself. So making sure that I have even better ability to control my actions. I'm very strong-minded already, but I have a feeling that I might be tested. So I need to put myself in positions to exercise that, that muscle, right? So yeah, the preparation is just, just go through shit, right? Like, that's life. You're going to go through all kinds of shit. A lot of it, you won't be able to say or have a say in it, right? Like, you don't get to say, all right, I don't want to go through this shit, and therefore you won't go through it. A lot of it is not optional. So my strategy is to put myself through optional pain, so that when I am forced to confront non-optional pain, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, okay, I'm fine. You train yourself for it. So I used to be better about it. I kind of, once I got the job, like, I noticed that the things that my routines, they kind of went by the wayside. But I used to go and do cryotherapy every day, every morning. So in the morning, I'll wake up, drive 5 minutes down the street, and then go do my float. I would do a deprivation tank. I would do that for an hour. And then after that, I would go hop in the cryo thing for 3 minutes. I had to work up my way up to 3 minutes. It's hard. Like, you struggle at fucking a minute. Because it's negative 320 degrees or something like that. You have to wear like special socks and special hands and cover your mouth so that the vapor in your lungs don't freeze and shit. But yeah, I worked my way up to 3 minutes, and oh my gosh, talk about the most difficult thing. Like that's why I learned that I have a lot in me. That, you know, if I get this right, I can go through a lot. Because oh my gosh, I don't tolerate coldness. I'm from Houston. It's not cold here. I can't tolerate coldness very well. But I got to the point to where I was able to, in the wintertime, just go out with a regular hoodie, just walk around, and I would be okay. Like, I would be fine. I would still be cold, but I wouldn't be like, I don't know. You know how you can be so cold, you can lose focus? I got to the point to where like, I can be cold. It's 30 degrees windy, and it's like, I don't lose focus. I can continue doing, like, I'm not really, I don't know, it was weird. But stuff like that, where you start focusing on the things that a lot of us take for granted, we don't focus on anymore. We're not connected to anything. Like, literally go outside and sit in the grass. I do that. I literally will go outside, sit under a tree, just sit there and just think, you know? Anyway, it is late. I'm tired and I have work. So I'm going to get ready to go. If y'all enjoyed this, consider giving it a thumbs up. That actually helps more than anything. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitch. That helps too. I'm still trying to grow on Twitch, even though I don't really focus on it anymore. It's still kind of nice. If you want to see, you know, just daily stuff, because I don't stream every day, you can follow me on Instagram. I normally post stories, or try to post stories. It's mostly like cooking or just stuff that's happening around that I'm doing. And then I also have a Twitter account. You can, I don't really post Twitter, but sometimes I'll post some, but rarely I do. But you can follow me there too. You'll see all of these live streams if you go there. And yeah, with that, I will probably be back, I don't know, later this week. Yeah, maybe later this week. And I know that we'll probably be doing a live stream next Wednesday with Dev Cycle. So look forward to that. Anyways, y'all have a good night. See you later. Peace.